The best morning live.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Tap the screen, especially if you are on TikTok. Let's get to 50K likes as soon as possible so we can get people in here. YouTube, you guys just got to click the like button one time. That's it. Just one time. One time, and you guys are good to go. It is freezing right now in Florida. I don't know what happened. Must be y'all must be getting like a snowstorm up north. So thanks a lot, guys, for bringing the snowstorm down here, because it is freezing right now. Thomas Jefferson, good morning, brother. Good to see you. El Jefe, good morning, and God bless. Habibi, assalamu alaikum. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Johnny, God bless you. Good to see you. B Son, good morning, and God bless y'all in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now and forever. Amen. Sir Reyes, good to see you. Tyler Dawson, good to see you. McCain, let's go. Good morning. God bless. Wise up. Wise up. What's up? ¿Cómo estás, Habibi? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys. Already got a YouTube guest. Hopefully they're not in traffic. Let's see. MashaAllah, third Jihad. Habibi. Maria, good to see you. Oops, hold on a second, Habibi. There we go. What's up, Daniel?
Hello, sir.
What's up? How are you today?
I'm doing good, sir. How about you, sir?
I'm doing good, Habibi. Do you have a question today, Habibi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Proceed.
I hear my own sound.
Hold on one sec. Yeah, there's an echo. I don't know why. Hold on a second, bro. One moment, Habibi. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that is. Let me look. And I know why. Okay, that should be better. Go ahead and talk.
Hello, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I audible to you, sir?
Yes. Do you hear an echo now?
I don't have an echo.
Okay,
So,
good.
in New Testament, does Jesus uh, there are two oral tradition also? Did he supported oral tradition also apart from the Bible, like Talmud and all that? Did he
Talmud didn't
told us?
exist then.
I mean, oral tradition, Pharisees and scribes, what they have
They
oral
had some
tradition.
sort of they had some sort of oral tradition, but it wasn't an oral tradition that you can trace back to Moses.
Do we have that oral tradition now?
They claim we do. The Jews do. It's called the Mishnah.
Do we need to follow that? I mean, do we need to follow that also? Is it Jesus is only telling us
The
to follow?
Mishnah is an oral law that was put together by the rabbinic Jews after Christianity. So no, as a Christian, we don't follow the Mishnah.
Okay. So we are not supposed to follow that oral tradition.
We don't have an oral tradition of the law like the Mishnah. The Mishnah is something that was compiled after Christianity by rabbis who reject Christianity, and they claim that this oral law goes back to Moses, but there's no way to confirm that.
Okay. Okay, I understand that. Coming back to this concept, I already asked you, but let me put it in this way. The God of the Bible, and since they have the same nature, we see in Old Testament, God is furious and all that, and when it comes to the New Testament, Jesus is so calm and all that. Since they have the same nature, why don't we see that nature in Old Testament, like how the Jesus is in New Testament, like calm and all that? Why don't I see that Father, since he have the same nature? That's the question.
Brother,
Because
have you read the Old Testament?
yeah, I've read the whole partly, not
Yeah, only
fully.
the parts that you wanted to read, huh? Brother, like where do you get this that the God of the Old Testament is just so like angry or like I don't know what word you use like but I'm assuming the opposite of calm because you said Jesus was calm.
Jesus,
Where do you get this from?
because in New Testament you never saw Jesus telling anyone to kill or anything like that. Uh, he
There
tells
was
to
no need
love
to
your
at that point.
enemies, and uh, be good to the people. And there is no like you can help someone in Sabbath. But whereas like he's so calm and gentle in the Old Testament, and I don't see that in it's in New Testament. I don't see that in New Testament. I mean, whatever I read, not wholly I'm saying, whatever I read, the part which I read.
Yeah, so Jesus, bro, you're wrong because Jesus literally goes into the temple and starts flipping tables. He calls the Pharisees out of anger brood of vipers. And then in Luke chapter 22, verses 36, um, 36 to 38, he actually tells the disciples to get their weapons so they can defend themselves because it was getting more dangerous. So self defense and righteous anger that we see in the Old Testament, because when Yahweh tells Israel to go unalive people, that was through self defense because these were groups of people that were trying to unalive them. Jesus does the same thing, tells his disciples to weapon up and protect themselves.
Okay,
So I don't know. I think, bro, you just have not read the Bible, and you just got this from somebody, and you were like, oh wow, this is a good argument. Why are they different? They're not actually different. It's just different situations.
okay. This is and one last question, which is about Numbers chapter 31, verse number 18 to 19,
Mm-hmm.
where it says,
Take the
"Kill
virgins.
every male and woman and children, and spare for yourself children, young female children,
Uh huh.
for yourself." The Moses command for yourself. So, what do they do with the small children?
They
My
adopted them.
question to you. Hmm?
They adopted them.
No, it is talking about like in the commentaries. If you see, it's about it is related to sexual thing
Where does it say that, bro? What commentary are you reading? Because why? Like,
because
I
keep
don't. I
keep
don't.
alive for yourself. Keep alive for yourself. What does it mean
Can it
to
mean
say
adoption,
what
or
adoption?
can it be? Can it mean adoption?
Yeah, it can also mean adoption, but
Okay,
how
so
you came to that conclusion?
why does your mind automatically drive to sex? Like, why do you have to think about it as being sex?
Because in the Deuteronomy, it clearly says whenever you find um, in prisoners of war a female captive
Okay,
attractive, then you can take
those are for
as your
adult
wife.
females. Those are
Yes.
for adult females. Like, it's very like we don't in our religion we don't have this thing where we feel like we can have sex with children. We in our religion, and that stems from Judaism, we wait till the flower of youth has passed. Like we don't get in there while it's a bud. We wait till the flower blooms all the way through. So if
Okay.
that was the case for these children, we know it's adoption. Unless you can show me where Moses is like, yeah, go ahead, have sex with the children. But the sick part is like, why do you automatically assume it's sex with children? Is it because
Okay.
you're a Muslim that you feel like that's okay? I'm not even trying
No,
to be
no, no.
funny. Is it because Islam supports it, therefore you're automatically assuming that this is also sex with children?
It's wrong. Whether it is Islam or any other religion, if it says it,
Are you
it's wrong.
Muslim?
No, I'm not.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, no. So why are you automatically resorting to sex with children?
Okay, because keep in Moses in anger state, he says, "Keep alive for yourselves who have not slept." It is indicating that
They're
see,
virgins.
virgins, indicating virgins,
Now,
and they are
why did
chill.
he say that?
Why did he?
Do you think God was thinking, "Oh, keep the virgins because that's going to be so pleasurable to go in virgins"? Brother, the story is that there were women from that group that were seducing the Israelites and causing them to worship other gods through sex. So when they find the female virgins, we know that those females are innocent. So spare them and keep them for yourselves. Now, are there adult women that were virgins in those situations? Probably. Those you can then take the prisoner of war situation in Deuteronomy. But there are the ones that are children. They're adopted. It's
Okay.
not specific there. It just says keep them
Yeah,
for
it's not.
yourselves.
There's no details are not mentioned.
There are laws within Israel that talks about bringing in sojourners, foreigners, and bringing them and making them Israelites.
Yeah, and in the I understand this. And one last thing, and I'll take the move. That in Deuteronomy, when God is saying, whenever you go into the war and you take, if any of the women, if you like finds attractive, take as your wife. God is commanding them, take them as your wife, not as a slave or a concubine. So my question is
No, it
like,
doesn't. He doesn't say take them as your wife if you find somebody attractive.
no, no, it's in Deuteronomy. It says that
No, it
in
doesn't.
chapter 21,
Not
verse number 4.
not the way you said it. No. Chapter 21 what?
Chapter 21, verse number. You can pull it up and on screen.
Okay.
I'll show
Real
you.
quick, before I pull it up, I don't want you to retract. I want you to stay with what you just said. What is it that you said that this verse says? Because
I said that
I heard you say that if they find a woman attractive, take them as your wife as a command.
take them as your wife, not as a slave or concubine.
Okay. 21 verse what?
Verse 14. You can start it from verse 14 because I don't remember the exact number, but you can.
Yeah. So it's 10 through 14. So let me share my screen. And once again, bro, I already knew what this verse was. It doesn't say what you say it says. So I don't like. I just don't like
Which
when
version
people
is
are.
it?
I don't like when people are being dishonest. ESV. You have a problem with ESV?
Oh, ESV is good.
Okay. Hold on. Let me change this real quick. No offense, Habibi, but there's been people that put stuff on the screen. All right. When you go out to war against your enemies, the Lord your God gives them into your hands and you take them captive. And you see among the captives a beautiful woman and you desire to take her to be your wife and you bring her home to your house. She shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall take off the clothes in which she was captured and shall remain in your house and lament her father and her mother for a full month. After that, you may go into her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. But if you no longer
Okay.
delight in her, then you shall let her go as she wants. Okay. Where does this command him that if you see someone beautiful, you got to take her as your wife?
If you desire, I didn't read that part clearly. I think I it's my mistake. I need to admit. I'm
Okay.
sorry. If you desire to take her to you be your wife, then if he desire to take her, then it is okay. So even I see you many like many times you also condemn sex slavery, but you see that David and other Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. How do you reconcile with that? Because God was silent when they are doing that. Why is he silent? Why is he not telling them that you are doing wrong? And when he silence, that silence means approval. I feel like it's an approval and is
Uh,
sanctioning.
the silence just means that they're in sin and they're obviously not the Messiah. So when you're reading the Hebrew Bible, there's indications that David could be the Messiah because when he defeats Goliath and the Goliath is described as like a serpent and he cuts his head off and right prior to him fighting Goliath, David was anointed by Samuel. It seemed like he was going to be the Messiah that was prophesied as the seed of the woman. But then the reason why we know he's not the Messiah is because he is anointed as king, but in Deuteronomy 17:17, I think I just spelled Deuteronomy wrong. All right. It says, and he shall not acquire many wives for himself. So right away, as a reader, as a Hebrew Bible reader, you know that this is not going to be the Messiah. So then he loses his privilege by doing this. Not saying that he's right or wrong. He's just not the Messiah. He gets promised that through his line, though, the Messiah would happen. And then through in 1 Samuel 7, when you see the Davidic promise as to the Messiah coming through his line, it becomes assumed that it could be Solomon, because we see Solomon get great wisdom, etc. But then when we see him fall, as far as getting many wives, then we know he's not the Messiah either. So
Okay.
they lose the opportunity of being able to redeem humanity.
Do you think concubinage is immoral or immoral according to you? I just wanted to ask you.
Depends. What do you mean by concubine?
Concubine means having sexual relation with someone without marriage.
No, it's not moral. No,
It's not moral. Then why do the Solomon and David, why do they have?
because they're immoral. I mean, Solomon ends up worshiping other gods, like because of these women, and he ends up writing Lamentations, and like
So you are saying
he gets hurt really
whoever
bad.
have concubines in the Old Testament are, you are saying that they are all sinned.
Of course, yeah,
They sinned.
yes, they
Abraham
sinned.
to everyone, whoever have the concubine, they sinned against God.
Yes, David and Solomon sinned against God. Yes.
And my see, when David committed adultery, God immediately pointed out. But why didn't he not point it out when they are having the concubine? My question is very simple to you. You're not answering that.
What do you mean I'm not
When
answering it? They sinned against God, bro. Like what why does God have to have a story where he condemns them or anything, right, like explicitly?
means, for example, you are saying it is a sin, right? If it is a sin, adultery is also a sin. Having a concubine is also a sin. When God, intervened and said it's wrong to have adultery, why didn't he come? Why didn't he said anything that having a concubine is a sin to them as a prophets?
Because
You
it
understood
was
my
already
question?
yeah, but it's already a violation of Torah. It's already laid out. I just showed you the verse, Deuteronomy 17:17. And then God ends up condemning them of like the con like they end up he ends up condemning them basically because they bring consequences upon themselves. That's all stem from them having multiple wives. So I don't understand. Like you want a verse that says you are wrong for doing this. They already knew they were wrong for doing it. It's in the law. Like you're not supposed to multiply your wives. What are you talking about?
Okay, it's already in the law that not to commit adultery, but God said to David again, right? You understood what I'm saying?
Hmm. Okay,
You
so
understood? So
here,
why?
how about this? Why does God have to have an explicit verse the way you want it to be? Why does that have to be the case? I don't understand how this is even an argument. Even if I bite the bullet and I say, okay, there's no verse he didn't condemn him, what does this prove for you? Like what kind of criteria are you trying to hold against me that God needs to have specific verses at your request?
Oh, okay. God laid down the principles. We use those principles to figure it out,
Yeah.
right, sir?
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's very clear when you read the narrative of David and Solomon, having these multiple wives did nothing for them other than bring more heartache and problems.
Mm, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, man.
Right.
Take it easy. All right, let's go to the super chats. Thank you so much. Ty the Fly Guy, thank you so much for the super chat. All the prophets preach Tawheed, Bear. I can imagine it now. Moses preaching about God's single shin, his two right hands, and his foot over hell. MashaAllah, Habibi. Tawheed. All the prophets were preaching this. This is obvious. Ty the Fly Guy again. With the super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. When a wife is getting beaten up by her husband and she doesn't say anything, then she must approve of the situation according to this God. That's right. Yeah, silence is consent in Islamic belief. You know he's not Muslim, but you know that's how they do things sometimes. You know. All right, let's see. Let's get to the next guest. What's up, Star Momo? Are you a troll?
Hi.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I got two people up. Damn. All right, you sound like you're like sniffling crazy. What's up, Teo?
Hey, what's up, dude? Can you hear me?
Yep. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
Doing good. Doing good. What faith are you?
I'm Muslim.
Okay. Do you have a question?
Well, I was kind of gonna go back to just a little bit of what I heard with the last guy. You were talking about concubines being sinful, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about David having concubines?
It was a sin. I already talked about this. You heard the last conversation.
I only heard a little bit of it. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, if it was sinful, then how do you feel about First Kings 15:5, where it says that the Lord was only he was pleased with everything David did except the incident with Uriah?
Okay. So
Doesn't that kind of isn't that kind of like contradictory to your position?
how?
If God tells you that the only thing David did wrong was the incident with Uriah, isn't that him kind of indirectly also telling you that it's fine to have concubines or multiple wives?
No, because it's already stated in the law that he's not supposed to. So once again, just like I asked the last guy, what's the argument that there needs to be a verse that explicitly lists out everything he's unhappy with David?
No,
Why does that need
that's
to be
not
the
what I'm
case?
kind of arguing for. I'm not saying that there needs to be a
Okay.
verse that says so. I agree with you on this. I agree there doesn't need to be a verse. I'm saying that there is a verse that kind of implies the opposite. Actually,
What was the verse again? So I can pull it up.
first it's First Kings 15:3.
Okay. All right. On the 18th, he ran Jerusalem's mother. He walked in all the sins that his father did before him, and his heart was not wholly true to the Lord as the heart of David his father. Nevertheless, for David's sake, the Lord his God gave him a lamp in Jerusalem, setting up his son for him and establishing Jerusalem. But David did what was right in the eyes of the Lord and did not turn aside from anything that he commanded him all the days of his life, except in the matter of Uriah. Yeah, I mean, this you understand that David what the thing difference between David and Saul that we see in comparison, because Saul was the first king, is that when David committed sins, he immediately repented, including the whole thing with Uriah. But right now, this is the laying out the line of the next king. So this is laying out. I think it's Asa that it lays out. So this is just an introduction to the next who follows David.
So you don't think that's speaking like entirely literally?
No, it's giving a summary of what happened. I don't know that's why I'm bringing the argument, like, well, not an argument but like an objection. Why does it need to explicitly list something out in these verses? Like, this is a narrative story to telling about the story of the kings, starting from from David and then Solomon eventually. Why
I agree.
does it need to like lay it out? This is just laying out a story.
No, yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I'm just saying, I just think it's kind of interesting that it kind of like your position is that concubines are what we would say haram, right? I'm showing clearly where the Bible says that God was pleased with David with everything except
Bro, it's just giving a general statement as far as like, yeah, how about this? It's giving a general confirmation of David's actions.
Okay. Okay, then that's fine. Okay, then
I'll stick with that answer. I like that answer. This is the Bible is giving a general confirmation of David's actions.
okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah,
then
I
what
like that
about
one. That was really good. Wow,
Second
I gotta give
Samuel
myself some
12,
credit.
18?
Hmm.
Then what about Second Samuel 12:18?
Okay. Hey y'all. Hey chat. Y'all like that general confirmation answer? That was crazy, bro. You said what? Verse 18, chapter 12.
Yeah.
All right. David therefore sought God on behalf of the child, and David fasted, went away, and lay all night on the ground. And the elders of his house stood beside him to raise him from the ground, but he would not, nor did he eat the food with them. On the seventh day the child died, and the servants of David were afraid to tell him that the child was dead. For they said, "Behold, while the child was yet alive, we spoke to him, and he did not listen to us. How can they say to him that the child is dead? He may do himself some harm." Okay.
No, I said 2 Samuel 12:18.
Oh my God, that is 2 Samuel 12:18.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. It's 2 Samuel 12:8, not 18. My bad.
No problem. Nathan said, "David, you are the man. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel. I anointed you the king over Israel, and I delivered you out of the hand of Saul. And I gave you your master's house and your master's wives into your hands, and gave you the house of Israel and Judah. And if there is too little, I will add to you as much more." Okay.
I mean, yeah, like, don't you think that the two verses I gave you already doesn't that seem to imply that God kind of allows polygamy?
Nope.
He
But
even
yes, I
says,
understand that people do bring this verse to try to show polygamy. But no, when you are handed over, or you take over the royalty of another king, it was common terms to say that you take over his house, and that means his wives as well. But here it says that when he handed him over, it's not like God handed him over a bunch of wives. It was just a term. Okay, like it's just a term of taking over everything that the king owned. But when God is saying, "And if were too little, I would have added you much more," meaning that I gave you everything. This is actually condemning getting wives. Why would you get more than what I have given you? Basically, is what God has given you not enough?
I mean, if that was the case, then why does he follow it with, "If that wasn't enough, I would have given you more than
That's
enough"?
literally what I'm pointing to. If it wasn't, he's not talking about literal wives here. It's just a term of gaining everything the previous king owns. But the fact is, he gave him the royalty of Saul, and then he goes and tries to get even more by getting more wives. So God is saying that I have given you enough, and him seeking for more wives is almost like saying that what God has given me is just not enough. It's not sufficient.
Huh. Okay. So like your position then would, in that, I mean, under these interpretations would then just be that all the prophets that did have multiple wives were just sinful, right?
Mhm. Yeah, of course.
All right, then, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to see what your perspective was on those verses. Then, since I heard you speaking about polygamy.
Okay, bro. Do you have anything else?
No, I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
All right, bro. God bless. All right, Habibis. Guys, don't forget to hit my beautiful wife a follow. Peace Apologetics on the TikTok and the YouTube. Make sure you show her some love for when she goes live. Thank you also for the super chat. Who is this? Meeches. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bear, is there any way you can turn your volume up a little bit? Appreciate it. Yeah, is my volume low, guys? It's set pretty high. I don't know. I turned it up just a little bit, but let me know if it's low for other people, and I will definitely see if there's an issue. But thanks for the super chat, bro.
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. What faith are you?
I am Christian.
Okay. Do you believe in the Trinity?
I do.
Is Jesus the Father?
Jesus is the Father.
Okay. Then you don't believe in the Trinity. That's not.
So listen, let me put it this way. Because I understand that you don't believe that Jesus is the same thing. Well, obviously, Jesus is a prophet when you think about the Quran and everything like that. But I wanted to put it this way. God, Allah, is God. It is the Aramaic version, biblical version of what God spoke. Biblically, Aramaic means Allah, Allah means God. So it's literally the same thing. Islam is the closely related to Christianity. That was a horrible word, but so richly closely related to Christians, but we all start thinking that it's not true. That God and Allah are not the same thing. And it is weird. So what's your perspective on this? I want to hear you.
First of all, I don't know what language Aramaic is. Sounds like you're mixing two.
You can look it up.
Brother, it sounds like you're trying to say Aramaic, but the word Allah is in Arabic. So it sounds like you're mixing the two.
Well, that's historical biblical truth. That is exactly
Aramaic is
what
not
it
a
was.
Aramaic is not language. I hate to break it to you.
Okay, so what is it? So look up Aramaic. Look up what
Aramaic.
Allah meant.
Aramaic. Yeah, Aramaic.
Look it up.
God. The word God is Ilaha, not Allah. Allah is Arabic. Okay, you
Now
said
also
you
look
said
up
that the word
who are the
Allah
ancient-
was Aramaic, and Aramaic is not a language.
Okay, now I want you to do this. Look up who are the most close.
Yo,
who
chat.
are the Hebrews?
I'm telling him that he's using words that don't exist, and he's like, "Yeah, you got it. All right, now watch this," and then he moves to the next thing, bro. What, dude? Aramaic is not a language, bro. I can't look up anything on Aramaic. Aramaic is not like
No,
on
I'm
the
not
list.
saying that. I'm saying so now. I'm just trying to give you points because number one, you're trying.
So
to
you're
say
giving me
they
points that don't matter because Aramaic is not a
language.
language, dude. What are you doing?
does
What points
Allah
are you
mean?
giving me?
But what is look up Allah? What does it mean?
It means the God
Okay, it means the God. So
in Arabic,
in
not
this-
Aramaic.
Now, if Jesus
Or
if
Aramaic.
Jesus is in the Quran, so if Jesus is in the Quran, and even the Bible talks about Jesus, and although in the Quran it talks about Jesus being a prophet, how does it make it any different? How is Islam and Christianity any different?
Well, are you okay with having sex with children as adult men?
I'm not. No.
Yeah, the Quran makes it okay.
Okay. I got your point.
Are
Valid
you
point.
are you okay with denying Jesus Christ as the Son of God?
I do not.
The Bible, the Quran actually says you need to do it. You need to deny Allah having any offspring whatsoever. And if you consider that He does, it's like shirk. He gets so angry at that the mountains shake. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Do you deny
That is
Jesus?
pretty
Do you deny Jesus dying on the cross, as Allah says?
No.
Okay. Well, the Allah of the Quran says Jesus did not die on the cross. It was just made to appear
Allah
so.
does not mean bow, barber, masterpiece.
Hey, focus, brother.
Now,
So
very
how
understandable.
are they the same God with these points, brother?
because, and there's another thing. Prophecy says that even the Jews from the Bible will return to their believer, their Christ, their Lord. And if you look up who are the Hebrews, who are the ancient Hebrews now, current state, and then you also can look up exactly where were they living, and it would show you all of the Muslim countries. It's
Why do I
proven.
care?
They are the ancient Hebrews.
Why? How is this relevant to what I just showed you as far as my point that the God of the Quran is different from the God of the Bible? Are you moving on to the next point?
I mean,
or-
obviously, I agree with you. There are differences, but
Okay, so what's your contention then? Because
I also-
it sounds like you
I also-
were contending that I said Jesus is not Allah. He's not.
No,
he's
I'm
not.
not
He's not that.
contending.
I don't want to. If I say Jesus is Allah, referring to the Allah of the Quran, then I would be essentially saying that Jesus is a demon. Do you want to say that? Do you want to say Jesus is a demon? Okay. So yeah, I'm not going to call him Allah of the Quran. No way. Absolutely no way.
Okay, well, I'm giving you because there's going to be differences, but then there are going to be a lot of similarities as well.
Who
So I'm
cares,
giving
bro?
you both sides.
Who cares? Why does similarities? What does similarities prove?
Similarities prove that we're all talking about the same person. That is
Yeah, bro.
exactly
Listen,
what it
you
proves.
understand that like doing something like having sex with your wife or working out. These are all good things that give you endorphins and make you feel good. But shooting up some H also can give you a lot of endorphins. Very similar. Does that mean that they're good? That shooting up H is now good?
No.
Okay. All right. So what does similarities have anything to do with this?
So it's about everybody reaching the end, Jesus Christ himself, right? And I think no matter if you are Muslim, if you are, I know this isn't the conversation, Buddhist, any of that nature, I feel like as long as we put people on the correct path, we can reach the narrow ending to Jesus Christ himself. And I think we can't just sit here and cut people out over and over and over and say that, oh yeah, Allah is not God. Well, number one, we are so closely related. It's insane that
No,
that
we're
we
not.
could even
No,
have
we're
a
not, dude. We're
fight.
nowhere. Listen, brother, you can go to the mosque and go worship that demon if you want to. We're nowhere near being the same thing.
nobody's-
Okay.
hey.
Now, let me read you some words. Let me read you some words real quick. Okay.
Okay, go
Do
ahead.
not think that I have come to bring peace on earth, but I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a person's enemies will be those of his own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever loses son or daughter whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take something and follow me, it is not worthy of me. He is not worthy of me. Who said this?
That was probably Allah.
It was Jesus.
Oh, okay.
These are the words of Jesus. Matthew chapter 10 verses 34 through 38.
34 through 30 word.
The very next verse says, whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it.
Okay.
So did Jesus come to bring this peaceful little, oh man, it's all good, bro. You know what I mean? You guys worship Allah. Allah is just means God in Aramaic. And we say God. So God's same thing, bro. And you guys like say Abraham and Moses. And therefore, bro, we're all the same religion, bro. It's all good, bro. Like, oh man, peace on earth, bro. We're not going to fight no more. You guys can just go do what you want, man. Just have child marriages and chop Christians' heads off for not following Allah. It's all good, bro, because you guys are just Christians speaking Aramaic, man. That's all it is, bro. We're all going to be peaceful and united, bro. Is that how Jesus approached things?
No.
Okay.
But he did.
So what the hell are you up here? Why are you saying all this stuff, bro? Why are you pushing this? You understand that what you're pushing is demonic, like participating in demonic things covered up in some fake Jesus pacifism. That's all it is. It's evil. It's evil what you're pushing. It's evil what you're pushing. It's evil what you're pushing.
Right?
You need to
love thy neighbor, right?
Yeah, that loving your neighbor doesn't mean go worship the demon your demon worships.
That's not what we're coaching here. That's not what we're preaching.
Brother, loving your neighbor doesn't mean go worship other gods.
No, brother.
Solomon loved his wives and ended up worshiping idols. Was that good for him? Was that good? Was that something he should have done?
Didn't I say unity? Didn't I say
Get the hell out of here, bro. Go with your crazy ecumenism, bro. Your hippie Jesus, your fake hippie Jesus, and go worship that. Go to a mosque, bro. Go to a mosque and say, hey, I'm just going to worship Jesus here as God. See what the Muslims do to you. You see if they're going to be peaceful with you. Get the hell out of here, bro. Let's see if the Muslims follow the same God by loving your neighbor. If you go in their mosque and say, I'm worshiping Jesus here. Jesus is God. Let's see how peaceful they're going to be. Right. Yeah, the Muslims follow the same God, bro. Yeah, bro. You just say Allah in Aramaic, dude. That's all, bro. It's Aramaic and Jesus, bro. Jesus in Aramaic. He's just prophet, bro. It's all good, man. Bro, get out of here. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What faith are you?
Ethiopian Christian.
Okay. Are you Oriental? Orthodox?
Orthodox. Ethiopian, though.
Ethiopian, though. Okay, say the creed.
Yeah. Huh?
Recite the creed. I want to make sure you're telling the truth.
Recite what creed?
If you don't know what the
I just
creed
follow
is,
the Ethiopian God.
yeah, so you're trolling. So either you tell me
How
what
am I
your
trolling?
if you either tell me what your real faith is, or you can kick rocks.
I said I follow the Ethiopian God, which is the descendants of King Solomon.
Okay. So are you like, what church do you go to? Okay, never mind. You got sniped. Hello, beautiful wife. Didn't see you in there.
I follow the Ethiopian God. The Ethiopian God. The one from the Marvels movie.
Oh man. The way you just pulled up and said that. You said that so serious, dude. The Ethiopian God. Ethiopian God. Did you hear the hippie Jesus guy? Holy crap. What's up, dude?
No.
You didn't hear
Yo.
the hippie Jesus guy? What's up, bro?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm ex-Christian. Are you willing to talk to me?
Sure. What faith are you now?
Islam.
How long ago did you convert?
I was Christian up until 2023.
Until 3 years ago? Did you convert right away, or did you convert to Islam shortly after?
No, I was Christian my whole life, and then I studied Islam, and I embraced it.
Okay. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I do actually.
All right, bro. What's up?
Regarding the nature of God.
Can we know why he left? But he can ask his question. I'm just curious.
Yeah, why did you leave? You just answer it. Why did you leave? We can get back on
I
topic.
believe
Why he left Christianity?
there are certain attributes that God has that is impossible for the Son to have.
Oh, so misunderstanding of Christianity. Got it. All right, bro. What's your question?
Okay, so I was looking into the Bible, and I read in the Old Testament that God does not change, correct? Do you believe in that?
Yeah.
All right. Do you believe the Word was always flesh?
No.
Or so it became flesh?
We took on a second nature. Yeah.
Exactly. So the Word is God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Word, God, took on a second nature at some point.
Okay.
And it wasn't always flesh. Therefore, the Word changed. Therefore,
How does that
God
change
changed.
his? How does that change his nature? His
Because
divine
he took
nature.
on a second nature.
That doesn't
The
change.
Word as a person took on a second nature. Therefore, the Word changed. Therefore,
Yeah,
your God
I got
changed.
you. But the change would be in reference to the divine nature. So how does him taking on a second nature change the divine nature?
I'm not saying it changed the divine nature. It changed the whole person as a whole.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't change
Yes,
the
it
person.
did,
What
because
did
because
the
because
person?
the whole person,
Yeah, go ahead.
right?
Uh-huh.
He used to have one nature. Now it has two.
Oh.
Or three, actually.
Yeah, but when we're talking about change within God, we're talking about his nature. So if you admit that this doesn't
Okay.
change the divine nature,
His-
then
his
there is
nature-
no contradiction.
Exactly. It's
You
said
exactly.
nature, right?
You said exactly to what I said. So you agree with me, or you
No.
disagree with me?
I disagree with you.
Okay. So how, if you disagree with me and you believe that the divine nature changes like this, then how? How does it happen?
What do you mean? How does that happen? What are you talking about?
Okay, brother. So you're not even listening to what's happening right now. Okay. You said exactly to what I said. So you're either not listening to what I said or you don't understand what I said. So I'm going to assume in good faith that you just didn't understand what I said. So I'm going to say it again. When the divine person of Jesus takes on a second nature, that doesn't change his divine nature in any way. If you think it does, I'm willing to hear how you believe it does, and we can discuss it. But if you don't believe it does, which you said exactly to, which means you agree with me, then
Yeah,
there is no
by
contradiction.
internal critique. I'm saying him taking on a second nature changed the person, because the person, it used to have one nature. Now it has two.
Change the person how? How does it intrinsically change the person?
Because it gave him a second nature, buddy.
You keep repeating that. How does
Yeah,
that change
I
the
answered
person?
your question.
That's not
I'm
an
telling
answer. How
you.
does
Yeah,
that?
I am.
How does that
Because
intrinsically change the person?
listen, I'm about to explain it.
Okay,
Your
thanks.
God changed, right? Because
You're
it
just
took
gonna
on
keep
a
repeating the
second
claim,
nature.
brother.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is where
answering
this
your
is.
question.
Okay,
You
brother.
don't like my answer,
No,
bro.
no, it's not that I don't like your answer. Is that you need to explain? You're just repeating the claim with no argument.
You're saying, how did the person change? I'm telling you
Yes.
how the person changed.
Okay. How does you're saying he changed because he took on
The
a second?
person.
All right, brother. Listen. When you put on,
The person
hold on,
changed
hold on,
because
brother. Hold on, hold
because
on,
it
hold on.
took on a
Hey,
new
hello,
nature, bro. What are you
hello.
talking
Hey,
about?
Zane, relax. All right. Can you fly as a human?
No, not naturally.
You don't, yeah, not naturally. Nice. I love how you used naturally, meaning in your nature, you cannot fly, can you?
No.
Okay. But when you hop in a plane and a plane takes off and flies and you're in that plane, are you flying?
No, I'm not flying.
Are you in the air floating?
plane.
Are you in the air floating? Yes or
The
no?
plane is flying.
Are you exactly? And you're in the plane floating with it, right?
floating with it? I'm on the plane.
Yes, you're on the plane.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're on the
flying.
plane station. Are you
Therefore, I'm
moving
not
in the
floating.
air with the plane? Yes or no?
Yeah, but I'm not
Okay.
floating.
Is that considered flying?
And to what extent, bro?
What do you mean to what extent? In any sense whatsoever.
As in, like, with wings, like a
Zane,
superpower?
Zane, do me a
No.
favor. Listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, so stop being stupid on purpose. Is that considered flying when you hop on a plane and you go from one city to the next in the air?
It all depends on how you define flying.
It doesn't,
bro.
in any sense whatsoever, can that be considered flying?
Okay, in a conversational sense, yeah.
Thank you very much. So when you fly in a plane on the sense of that you are in the plane
What does
flies
this
and you
have
go
to do
from
with
what
my
I'm going to
point,
tell you
though?
in a second, if you be quiet. If you hop on a plane and fly from one city to the next because the plane takes you with it, and that's considered flying, did your nature change when that happened?
No.
Thank you very much. So how does taking on another principle of operation as a person mean that he changed intrinsically? Please explain.
I'm saying, listen, you didn't even understand what my argument was. Can you steel man me? Can you explain what I argued?
Well, that's why I
just
told you
wanna
to
see
further
consistency.
elaborate. You said that the person changed intrinsically because he took on a second nature, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you said that, and I said, what's the argument for that? And all you did was repeat your claim. You said, well, he took on a second nature. He took on a second nature. And I kept saying, okay, how? What's the argument? So now I'm showing, because, hold on, bro. Please be quiet. Because you're stuck and you don't understand what I'm asking for, I now gave you an analogy on how someone naturally can't fly, but can be considered to fly because he's in a plane. And that doesn't change the person's nature just because that happens. So now that I gave you an analogy of what I mean as far as I need a further explanation, if you don't understand this, then you're too dumb for this. But I think you do understand it. So what's the argument as to Jesus changing intrinsically as a person just because he takes on a second principle of operation?
Okay. Because the word was not always flesh.
Yeah, and I wasn't always in a plane, but I was. That doesn't change. Nothing in my nature changes just because I was in a plane. Just because I was in a plane and I flew in a plane. My love, when we flew to New Jersey, did we change as human beings just because we flew to New Jersey?
That's a strong man.
What do you mean it's a strong man?
Yeah, what you're doing is straw manning the whole time.
Let's
You're
just be
literally
mature.
you're not being mature to say, oh, it depends. It depends what you mean by flying. That's being mature, bro.
Let's be
It
mature.
depends what you ever talk like that to anybody in your life on a regular basis.
Mature. Let's not mock me. Come on. Anyways.
All right, bro. Go to sleep though. Go to sleep. You sound like you're sleepy anyway. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot.
He was just gaslighting.
Yeah, I know. Guys, don't forget to hit my beautiful wife a follow. Peace Apologetics on the panel. She is going live after me. And today, I'm assuming it's Trinity Tuesdays, and then tomorrow will be Water Baptism Wednesday. All right, 2 amazing lives back to back. So today and tomorrow, make sure you guys are there for her live. Amazing and wonderful and exciting and entertaining lives. She's the funniest person I know. Literally makes me laugh all day. So make sure you hit her a follow, and then also don't forget to sub to her YouTube. She's almost at 1,000 subs. Shout out to you guys. And that will be happening very, very soon. But thank you guys, appreciate it. All right, I thought I let somebody up, but I guess it did the whole TikTok glitchy thing. I might have let like 3 people up right now. So, oof, 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 oof. Enjoy your slam. Some people are like, man, they were asking to drop that idiot for a minute. Sometimes we got to let the idiots roll, man. You know, gotta let them roll, man. All right, I don't know what happened to that person, but request canceled. Okay. Oh shoot, I think I just let a Christian up. That Shahada fried his brain. It sure did, bro. It sure did. I don't believe he was an ex-Christian though. I mean, the vernacular sounds like a full Muslim from early, you know? The way he spoke sounded like all my life I was a Muslim, but I'm gonna lie about being an ex-Christian to kind of like give me some brownie points. You know what I'm saying? Because what they taught, what they all taught like that, you know, especially the UK Muslims. Hey, bro, how you doing, bro? Yeah. When they'll talk like that, that's definitely like the full. Unless, you know, he unless he intrinsically changed in his nature during the Shahada, which it's probably possible actually. People should study that. He might have intrinsically changed his vocal cords and his vernacular in the past 3 years after he took the Shahada. You know, that also could be a possibility, chat. That could be a possibility. I don't know why these guests are not coming up. Tap the screen, guys. We're at 7. Oh my gosh, I just looked at the likes. TikTok, what are we doing, bro? I've been live for almost an hour, dude, and we got only 17,000 likes, bro. What is happening, bro? Like TikTok, what are we doing? YouTube, you guys better be on your P's and Q's too. Let me see. We are. How many likes we got on YouTube? Where we at?
Oh shit, I didn't even mean to join.
Oh, no problem, gang. What you doing, man?
What's
Everything
up,
good? We only got 54 likes on YouTube and over 120 people. Hey, TikTok. Yeah, you got YouTube. You guys are tripping right now. All you got to do is click the like one time. What are we doing?
No, I'm here though. I just have some questions. I'm a Christian, you know, and I live in the house I live in is a Muslim household, and then my friend next door, he just became a Muslim too.
Stuck for
Me
the
and him
law.
were having like a talk last week, and he was like telling me like Christians, we just believe stuff and we don't question it, and he was like bringing up all these different things like it don't make sense that we're born sinners, because does that mean that when babies are born and if they die before they accept Jesus,
Bro, I'm falling
that they
asleep with
go
this
to
question,
hell,
bro. What's this question, man? Like, what's the
and
question,
that
bro?
God is above?
All right, Donnie. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Have a good day, man. Like, bro, I'm over here saying, like, bro, what are we doing? You just keep going, dude. Holy crap. Good luck with that, bro. Sorry to hear that you live around a bunch of Muslims. Holy crap. What's up? Is that what's his name? Is that Ralph Cifaretto, bro, on your profile pic?
I'm highly surprised that someone actually noticed my profile picture. I thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you like Ralph Cifaretto? I mean, I didn't like him. I was kind of.
I love him, but hate him at the same time. All right, that's why I love his character. Right, you can hate him as much as you want, but he is very, very entertaining.
He was
by the way, the reason
he was
why
entertaining though.
Yes. By the way, the reason why I came on here was like not to argue about this. I'm a fellow Christian like myself. All right. I just want to and you don't have to answer this question. All right. Like, what are your opinions on like the whole Islamic movement going on in Europe? All right. Like almost every country, right? It's like being like invaded by these Islamic people. Like, what are your opinions on that?
I think it's bad. I think.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Shimon has a good take on this. That there's 3 stages to Islam. Like, the first stage is like, oh yeah, you know, your religion. You know, you practice yours, you practice mine. It's all good, Habibi. Until they multiply into the numbers, and then it becomes like a militant movement. Then it's like, all right, well, now you're gonna practice what we believe, or we're chopping your head off. And then it's world power trying to conquer another world power. You know, there's like 3 stages to this thing. So, you know, England is just like, oh yeah, well, you know, we're cool, you know, just allow these guys do it, and
them at first.
no problem. But then it just becomes like, it's just like allowing like a couple of, you know, a couple of pests in your house, and just like, you know, I'm not going to do anything. We're just going to let them multiply, and then all of a sudden you have an infestation. You know.
Just hope the same thing as it happened in the United States.
Well, in some places, I think it would be very difficult for them to do that in the United States as a whole.
Yes. Yeah.
So you said you're a Christian?
Yes, I am. I am a confirmed Catholic.
Oh, okay. All right, brother. Well, God bless, man. Join my Discord.
Yeah, God bless you. All right. I love what you're doing over here. I just came across your live. All right. I love the debate. All right. I really hope the best for you. All
Thank
right?
you, bro.
You have a good day.
All right, man. Shout out to everybody who knows The Sopranos and follows The Sopranos. Is the greatest TV show of all time.
Hello.
You were a little kid, bro. What are you doing right now? Aren't you supposed to be in school?
I don't even know.
Aren't you supposed to be in school? What happened? Why are you not in school right now?
I'm supposed to go to the bus stop, but not right now.
Oh, okay. So it's a little early for you?
Yeah.
So you thought, you know what? Before I go to school, I'm just going to do a little cooking real quick on some religion. Is that what your thought process was?
No.
Oh, okay. What faith are you? Are you Christian or Muslim?
Actually get in.
Are you a Christian or a Muslim?
I'm Muslim.
You're Muslim. All right, bro. Are your parents? I'm assuming your parents are Muslim.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Sorry if this bothered you.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't bother me. It's just that TikTok doesn't allow me to have little kids on here. But I will say this, brother. Do you watch religious debates?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you do some research? Because you got Google now. You know, just do some research and start with, like, you know, your Quran, how it says Jesus didn't die on the cross.
Okay.
Do some research as to whether historians agree with the Quran there.
All right.
All right, and then come back
Like
and
if
let
it
me know.
happened in history, like see if your history teacher would agree with this.
That's a good
This happened
point.
in
That's a good
history.
point.
So just like read the Quran.
Well, the Quran, I can tell you in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 157, 158, it implies that Jesus didn't die on the cross. It was just made to appear so. Okay, but that's so, you know, in the Islamic belief, he didn't die on the cross. Allah took him up before they can do it, or, you know, whatever. But history doesn't say that. History says that he actually did die on the cross. So that's a problem, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, look that up, man, and you know, may the Lord Jesus Christ be with you, brother. God bless.
God bless you too.
What a nice kid. What a nice little ass kid. I didn't ask him if he cleaned his room and got straight A's. I just assumed he did because he was just a nice kid. That's crazy that I didn't ask him. He was so nice.
Just so you know,
bamboozled me.
the people in your hood, babe. The people in your hood are acting up.
What?
And causing ruckus.
Where?
And police are involved.
What?
And this is what happens when the people that are from where you're from, aka here, don't have to go to school for a week.
What happened?
Just letting you know. I just saw some news and it's out. Like, it's so crazy. This is why I left where I'm from.
You thought Tampa doesn't have a hood or something? Like, it's crazy.
It wasn't Tampa.
Oh, okay.
But it was close.
Oh my gosh. Guys, don't forget to hit the love of my life follow right now. If there's a plus sign next to her name, okay? I love her so much. She's the backbone of what I do in content creating. And she has her own live that she does an amazing job with. So make sure you hit her a follow. Make sure, whoa, that was different. Oh, that must be a new gift because of St. Patrick's Day coming up.
W. St. Patrick, by the way.
Yeah,
The
W.
man,
St.
the
Patrick.
Christian, the Trinitarian, the saints that brought Christianity to Asia and Ireland, by the way. It wasn't just Ireland, it was Asia and Ireland.
That's right. But anyways, hit my beautiful wife a follow. I love you so much, my love. Thank you for everything you do.
Yo, y'all remember me?
No, I didn't think we were gonna come up that quick, bro. But
I mean, you could take me out if you want to, but I just got a couple questions for you.
what faith are you? I don't remember you. I apologize.
Muslim.
All right, what's your question?
Does Christianity teaches to bash other religions?
What do you mean by bash other religions?
Like every life that I come inside, like you always talking about like Habibi this, Habibi that, and like, you know, different stuff, you know?
Yeah, it does teach me to do that, yeah.
It's kind of like mocking, basically. You're trying to mock Islam. Does it
Yeah,
teach you that?
Jesus in Matthew chapter 15 actually teaches the disciples that, because the disciples were like, you just offended the Pharisees. Jesus was just like, yeah, it doesn't matter because it's not curable. It doesn't matter if it doesn't.
So your religion teaches to talk about other, that's not a
religion. My religion teaches to point out the truth, and if it offends people, it's okay.
What? That doesn't make sense. So you telling me?
It does make sense.
You spread negativity, then positive.
Why is it 40 degrees?
Yeah, I know.
Look at her trying to change the subject.
God.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to change the subject?
Because I just walked outside and it's freezing, bro. I'm in the tropics. I'm in the south. It's freezing today. What's going on? What the hell, bro? Yesterday was like
outside.
80 degrees.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is what.
But my question is,
man, it is cold out today, yo. I left my window open in my office here, chat.
Yo, why you left? Were you born Muslim?
Who?
You.
Yeah.
You were born a Muslim?
Yeah, I was born a Muslim.
So you've been Muslim your whole life. So that's why you're Muslim?
Yeah, I've been Muslim my whole life, and I love it. I love being Muslim.
You love it? Is it because they let you sin and lie?
What are you talking about?
Because you said you love it. I've never heard
So
you
I got-
say
I
that.
love it. I love it. It's
Like, wow.
the best.
I have a question.
Like,
So
why
you tell
else?
me,
All right, what's your question? Look, as soon as I ask a question, now he got questions. Go ahead.
no, because you starting to like, you know, offend me. So like, you
No,
know,
I offend
Bro,
you.
what are you so sensitive? Yo, you know what?
I'm not sensitive.
Hey, let me
It's
tell
just
y'all
like-
something. Let me tell you something, chat. Captain Tazariak is a dummy, but he said something that was so true. He said Islam is a feminine religion. Because y'all get offended over every little thing, bro. He said,
what I was talking
Captain
about.
Tazariak
Bashing
said,
other
man,
religions.
y'all a feminine religion. Because y'all
You know,
get so
Captain
emotional.
Tazariak-
Y'all
Alright,
get
can
so
I ask
emotional
you-
over
Yeah.
every little thing, bro. He
Yeah,
said
you know
something.
why
He
he
said
said
something.
that?
He said something. One little thing, they
That's
got
how
all
made
in
me
an
forget my
uproar,
question,
bro.
bro.
You know why he said that? You know why he said that? Because he's more human than us. And so that make him more man than
This
you.
just
You know
makes
what I
him
mean?
bad.
Because
Y'all
if he's
know
more
that,
man
right?
than you, like
This
these
makes
little
y'all
things
look
ain't
bad.
gonna offend him. This is just gonna be like child's
This
play
makes
to
y'all
him.
look bad.
But it makes us look
Honestly.
makes
It
us look
makes
bad
us
according
look
to
bad,
who?
But you love Islam.
Yeah, I love my religion. Do you not
You
love
love it
religion?
so much.
Do you
What
not
do you
love
love
religion?
most about Islam?
Everything about it.
Oh,
There's
even the
like
part where like a
you about to look at
53-year-old
you find something to say
consummated a 9-year-old. Do you love that part?
I kind of can tell you like, you know, about that because there was like
Yeah, yeah. Was she 9 though? Was she
she was
9?
not 9.
She was not 9. I knew he was gonna say
Dude,
that.
she was
So you're not Sunni?
at an age
You're not
that she was
Sunni?
huh?
Are you Sunni?
Yeah, I'm Sunni.
No, you're not,
So
bro.
then yeah, exactly. You're not, because then you don't follow your hadith.
She was at an age that she was
Yeah, the
like,
age was 9
mentally
according to
and
Islam.
physically
According to the Sunni hadith, she was 9.
that's like hadiths. Some hadiths are not really as like, you know, did the Quran say that?
What if it's Sahih?
The
Did
Quran
say that?
does
It's
show
Sahih.
children getting married. Yeah.
Where does it
consummated.
show it?
So how do you tell if a female is a woman or a child?
Bro, it's kind of like you comparing a little baby to a woman. Like, does
Brother,
that make
how
sense to
in
you?
Islam
baby
in
to a
Islam when does a
Like, you will
female
honestly know, you will physically know
hey
when physically
Muck,
and mentally know
Muck,
when
Muck,
a female
Muck,
is
Mug.
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
is the event that happens in a female's life that makes her from a child to a woman?
Menstrual cycle.
Thank you. So here, I'm gonna read you a verse. I'm gonna read you 2 verses.
Okay.
First, let's go to chapter 33, verse 49.
That's
Okay?
the Quran, right?
Yeah. All right.
What
It
it say?
says, "O believers, if you marry believing women and then divorce them before you touch them, that means having sex, then they will have no waiting period for you to count." Okay? So if you divorce a woman that you've had, and you did not have sex with her, you didn't consummate, then that means when you divorce, she can go get remarried right away. She doesn't have to wait 3 months. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, awesome, right? Beautiful. Okay, now watch this. Chapter 65, verse 4. Listen closely, Habibi. This might everybody get your barf bags ready. This might make you nauseous. As your women pass the age of menstruation, this is talking about the waiting period for divorce. As for your women
I got a
past
question.
Hold on, no. Hold on. I'm reading your Quran. As for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months. Okay, that's pretty normal. Okay, no worries. Adult woman divorces, consummated, she has to wait 3 months. Okay. And those who have not menstruated as well. So these women, the women who have not menstruated, are those adult women or are those children?
Those are adult women. Do you not know that female?
What? Wait, hold on. So you
Bro,
said
do you
a
not- do you
female
not
is
hear-
an adult when she menstruates, right?
Yeah, but they don't have their cycles yet.
Who?
Some female, they not on their cycle. The other,
Okay, so then how can you tell they're an adult if they don't get their cycle?
How can I tell that they are adult?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the criteria then for those people?
They mentally they mentally I don't know.
So no, we're asking you, how can you tell they're an adult?
If they don't get their menstrual.
Means fully. So mentally and physically, how are they an adult?
Maturity and all of that.
Yeah, I could have a very mature 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
How does that make her an adult?
That didn't menstruate. Does that now make her an adult?
That doesn't. Do you not hear how y'all sound? Like,
what do you mean?
Do you not hear how y'all sound?
No. Do you hear how your religion sounds?
No,
that's all we're doing.
You love it, man.
You love this. You said, I love this. I love it.
I love
this. I love it, bro. This is amazing, bro. It was great. Brother, you understand? So if the criteria is not menstruation, then technically we can go to a 6-year-old girl as long as she's mentally mature, as long as she can physically handle it.
When I mean by
she didn't get her menstruation, hey, we could do what we do.
She's independent on her own
Is
self.
she allowed to make decisions for herself? How can she make that decision for herself that she's independent at 9 years old? Can she do that?
She was not 9. She was
now you see how when you say things, now she's not 9 is the only thing he can say. But he's a Sunni, but he's a born Sunni Muslim. Do you hear this guy?
It's crazy how
do
y'all
you speak Arabic?
I'll let y'all talk, but y'all
do you
not
speak Arabic?
This making y'all so no, I don't speak Arabic.
And you've been born a Muslim?
That doesn't make me.
And you never even read the Quran?
I never said I read the Quran. I understand the Quran.
Oh my God.
You know that you can read the Quran in different languages, right? Are you?
Yeah, but you never even read the original Quran, bro.
Are you okay? Like the Quran is in the same
the Quran was revealed, the one true Quran.
Mug, you understand yeah, but you understand that even in those different languages, there's a disclaimer in the beginning that says that this translation is not the Quran. The original Quran is only in Arabic.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, then why are you trying to tell her she's wrong?
I'm saying you can.
You're appealing to translations, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
For example, you say you speak French, right?
No, I don't.
Isn't there you can?
Yeah, there wasn't the original Quran wasn't in French, buddy.
Now I'm saying, for example, I never said
The
it was
French don't like
No,
the Muslims.
I don't need an example. My question was, have you ever read the Quran? You haven't even read the
I
Quran. You're a born
I
Muslim.
okay. This makes you look bad, honestly.
Wow,
You've
we
never
look
read the
so bad.
Quran,
We're
bro.
so ashamed right now. We
Yeah.
are
And
I
so
got a question,
ashamed,
Bro, if
bro.
you think this makes me look bad, you don't want to
The
see what
guy
I
that
was
was up
doing
here
like 5 years
earlier
ago.
asking about, like, you know, the questions.
Hey, Muck, let's go.
Why-
You know what? Let's get back to the verse. So, if a woman doesn't menstruate, how do we know she's an adult?
Her, if she's like, you know, if she's like, you know, what is the
Don't
word I'm
commit
looking
bid'ah,
for?
bro. Do you know what bid'ah is?
Bidda.
Bid'ah. Do you know what that is?
All right, I'm out.
You don't know what it is.
He don't want to commit bid'ah. Hey, bro, don't commit a sin, bro. Not on Ramadan, brother. Not during your fasting, because, bro, if you're gonna sin, while you're thirsty, might as well just drink the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna sin while you parched.
Y'all not fasting, guess what? We're not starving. We're not thirsty.
Hey, if you're gonna sin while you're parched. If you're gonna sin while you're parched, might as well just drink the water, gang. Just drink it, bro.
Yeah, that's
You need some milk, bro.
Don't commit bid'ah.
He be going to the barber shop, and when they be spraying the water, he just be.
He put his tongue out like what?
What's up, y'all? And like, oh, then I accidentally fell on my tongue.
That's crazy.
It's slow mo. You ever seen a slow mo try to catch a slow mo
The
dog
reason
try
for
to catch the
Ramadan is
rain?
because it teaches discipline, and it gets you closer to God. It's funny.
Guys, Bear's laughing so loud I can hear him throughout the whole house.
Yo.
Y'all know that who's gonna be doing the last laughing?
Oh,
I'm gonna be doing the last.
Us?
Laughing, right?
We're gonna be doing the last laughing. What you
I'm gonna be
mean?
doing the last laughing.
I
Most
know
definitely.
who. You mean Jesus, the one that comes back that you call Messiah? You don't know
You
why.
bend when you bend the knee. When you bend the knee.
Jesus, when you bend the knee, say Jesus.
And
as your Lord
Allah
and
bends
Savior.
his one knee and then also says it.
When Allah bends the knee, and said,
Allah
Jesus.
bends one knee and says, "Yeah, you were Lord the whole time." My bad, bro.
You were God the whole
Can I say
time.
something? When Jesus said, "Don't worship me, worship the Father."
When he say
does
that?
that
When
mean?
he say, "Don't worship me," show
Where'd
me
you
that.
say that? Where'd you say
Where
that?
that
He said,
verse
"Don't
at?
worship-" I don't know how it like you know how the verse is, but
There's a verse. Oh, so
Worship-
now it said, "Don't worship me," but then when I asked you, like, well, I don't know if it said that, bro.
But
He
you
don't
know
know.
that.
He
I
don't
know
know. He
you
just
read-
heard it somewhere. Like
I
the
know
rest
that
of his
you read
religion.
I know you read the Quran from front to back, but you just in doubt.
Hey,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, Diddy Monk. Is that
That was funny, bro.
Is that his name?
Yeah, it
Yeah, it is. Diddy Muck.
Yeah,
Okay.
Take that. Take
DUI.
that.
Like, hold this real quick.
This makes y'all looks bad, honestly.
You must be used to me spending. Diddy Monk. I have a question though
Guys, don't put us in the same classroom.
about Yom Qiyamah.
Mhm.
Why does it say in the Hadith that?
Does
Because
it
you talk
say
about.
that?
Okay, just relax. Because you said that you're going to be laughing on Yom Qiyamah. I have a question. If that is the case, why does it say in Sahih Muslim that?
I was saying that as in like, you know, joking wise. I wasn't really like.
But I'm not joking now. I mean, I'm serious.
Okay,
Why
sure.
does it say that we're going to be your rescue from hellfire? Al-Nasara wal-Yahud. Why does it say the Jews and Christians are going to be the Muslims' rescue from hellfire?
Where does it says that? That's a hadith, right? Does it say that in the Quran?
No.
The most
Wait, I
sources
mean,
are
do you
as
not
strong.
take hadith?
Most sources are not strong. So you wouldn't. It's coming from scholars. So most scholars
Wait a
aren't
minute.
really.
Can you say shahada?
Shahada?
Yeah.
You saying can I say shahada?
Yeah.
Say
like-
your shahada, bro. Say your
Because I don't know if
shahada,
you're a
bro.
real
You're
Muslim or not, bro.
You're not really Muslim for you can't say your shahada.
Like seriously, I'm serious.
He said he was
How are
born
you
Muslim.
gonna tell me? It's only Allah. It's only up to Allah to.
Okay, bro. Well, then say your shahada.
I'm not saying my shahada to you.
So you've been lying this whole time? That's
This dude don't even
crazy.
know. Where
Yeah,
you
sure.
even? Where did the
Believe me,
shahada
just
even come
not-
from, yo?
Huh?
Do you just not know it in Arabic? Can you say it in English?
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad. Like I don't need to like.
Okay,
prove
thank you.
myself.
So you're a Sunni
Sure.
Muslim. You're not Shi'i.
I'm not.
You're not a
Shia.
Qur'ani because the way you say shahada, that means you're a part of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Okay, so that means that you take hadith. Thank you for walking
Are you
into my
Muslim
trap.
or not?
Thank you for walking into
True
my
Muslim.
trap. So don't try to reject the hadith.
I said most sources are not as strong because they're from
According to
scholars,
who?
not from Allah.
Mean? What does sahih mean?
Sahih?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Bro, Diddy Monk got his own
Are you
hadith science,
joking?
bro.
You're not a Sunni, bro. The Sunnis kicked him out, and he still claimed them.
Hey, chat, what does Sahih mean, bro? We're gonna help him with his Arabic, bro.
I
Chat,
think it
what does
means
it
like,
mean?
I think it means like written or something like that.
Oh my
No,
god,
it means
bro.
authentic, bro.
It means authentic.
Okay.
So when we look
see,
at this,
yeah.
so when we look at this,
Hey,
hadith,
we wasn't born Muslim. Hey.
yeah, this is in Sahih Muslim 2767a. I'll read it. Abu Musa reported that Allah's messenger said, "When it will be the day of resurrection, Allah will deliver each Muslim, a Jew or a Christian, and say, 'That is your rescue from hellfire.'" Why is Allah doing that?
You said that can you repeat that? Repeat that again.
Yeah, Sahih Muslim 2767a as an apple. 2767a. Abu Musa reported that Allah's messenger said, "When it will be the day of resurrection, Allah will deliver to every Muslim, a Jew or a Christian, and say, 'That is your rescue from hellfire.'" And this is multiply attested in many different hadith. So, I mean, you're laughing at us.
Are
and
you
you're
saying
that,
like
what
can
do you
you
think I'm
like
saying?
read that to yourself and like think that to yourself, because I
What do
think
you
what
think
they
it
meant
means?
what they meant is that we're gonna be y'all rescue.
You literally read it the opposite.
Are you like?
Don't say it, man. Don't say
Read it
it.
again to yourself. Just read it again to yourself.
Are you okay, bro?
Nah, he dense.
No,
Okay.
hey, look, man. See, look, Bear. This the type
I got
of
a
dude
question.
that I said when he come to a
This is
intersection,
crazy.
he
I got a
gotta turn
question.
the radio down to see better, bro.
I got a question.
Ain't no way, bro.
Are you
No,
Muslim?
no, bro.
No,
you
I need
just
you to
read
answer
it,
my
What's
bro.
happening right
question,
now,
I
man?
already
You
answered your
just
question.
read it. It said the exact opposite. It literally says that a Jew and a Christian is going to be your replacement as a Muslim for your sin. Like they're not only they're going to hell for not believing in Allah, and then they're getting extra punishment for whatever sin you did. You think
Diddy
that's
Monk.
just?
Diddy
Can you
Monk,
repeat that again?
I'm not gonna lie, Diddy Monk. Like you're a liar, but there's something about you, bro. I just like you, man. You sound like a nice liar. So I'm just gonna drop you down. I'm just gonna drop you down,
He knows
bro.
how to take a beating, with a name like Diddy.
I'm just gonna drop you down, bro. You sound like a nice liar, and I don't want to get pissed off. I just want to keep the positivity, So
That's crazy, bro.
you're just
Hey,
a liar, though.
Hey, Bear. There's some dude in the audience named G Audio or something.
A
He's been begging to
crybaby
come up.
liar.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to bring him up next and cook him real quick, you can.
G Audio.
I think he's a Muslim.
Kukim.
I don't
He ran
see-
probably as soon as you said that, though.
He's not in the request, and I'm looking for him to send the invite. I don't see him.
Yeah.
Chat, if you guys can send him the invite, any of my mods that have the ability. I don't see him on the
Yes,
list.
he would have been a nice clip for you, bro, because he was begging to come up, bro.
Damn, bro.
Literally begging.
Damn, bro, how I missed that? That's crazy. I usually spot them. What's up, Willie? Yo, Willie. What's good, gang?
Yes.
How are you, Habibi? All right, bro. Have a good day, man. All right. ISO or ISO? What's up? What's up, ISO? All right, man.
Damn, bro, what's up with your guest, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Everybody in the hood named Willie is slow. That actually feels like it's true. Not that I would know. But it feels like it's true. Yo, Diddy Monk, come back tomorrow, all right, gang? Just, it takes a lot of energy to lie like that, So just go rest your brain. Go chill out, drink some water. And, come back tomorrow, all right, gang? Appreciate you, gang.
I actually knew a Willie once. Dude was
Was he slow?
Super hilarious, bro. He wasn't slow. Well, actually.
Wait, no.
Like he low key, like I knew a Willie, he was slow, but like in a way where like nobody like everybody acted like he wasn't slow. He was slow, but they didn't want to make him feel bad.
Right.
But like he wasn't slow, like notice. He was just like, you know, like a male version of a dumb blonde slow, you know? He was like that. Like ditzy. Yeah, exactly. He's like a subtle slow.
Very subtle. All right, we got somebody. Oh no, it's Diddy. Hey, Diddy, I said come back tomorrow, man. Diddy, man,
He went and
please.
he drank some water. He wants to come back.
All right, he pulled his request. He listened. Like I said, bro, you sound like a nice guy, man. You just lie a lot. So liars start to piss me off. I start to get really like
Liars
enraged.
piss me off too.
I get enraged when they be
like,
lying.
Slow
You know?
is okay, but lying is different. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes I. Oh my god, who let him up? Damn it.
I didn't let him up. I don't know. But a liar? No, bro.
Yeah, a liar or somebody like it's one thing. Like sometimes the slow people piss me off because I think they are. I think they are like lying because they're being so slow. But sometimes I catch it later. Sometimes I catch it later. You know, as far as like, okay, well, he wasn't lying. He was just stupid. And then I kind of like, I feel bad afterwards. You know what I mean? So. All right.
No, he's not the one you gotta feel bad for. He's slow, but he's a slow troll. Like he acting slow. You know, he's like slow, but you know how there's people who are like actually don't know. Like he's a slow guy that actually doesn't know, but they from the street, so they slick enough to lie and act like they don't know what you're talking about, but they know what they talking about.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up, gang?
What's up, man? What's up?
How are you, bro?
Y'all. How y'all feeling, man?
Feeling good, bro. How are you, man?
What's up?
Hey, another day I heard y'all talking and shit. Y'all was asking somebody some questions.
Yeah? What's your faith?
So, well, you know, I believe in God, man. I believe in Jesus. Peace be upon him, Muhammad.
Oh,
Peace
you
be
believe
upon
in
him.
Allah?
I see.
Yeah, man.
So you got a question?
Yeah, I just came home. I just did 10 years in prison. I wrote 3 books.
That's why he became a Muslim.
Trying to do a promo, huh?
Yeah. When I went to prison, I did my research.
All Muslims come out of prison, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, bro. Are you Hispanic?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but you feel me? Just
they got him in you know.
Damn, bro, they got you, huh?
They got him.
Oh no, I'm saying though, you know, I'm just blessed to be here. You feel me? I was born Christian. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be subject to a path I was confined to. I'm gonna go find my truth.
Yeah. So how'd you find it? How'd you find Islam to be true?
Oh, you a little bit aggressive. Damn, I came with nothing but peaceful intentions. I apologize if I created a disturbance.
Bro, it's all good, man.
Love.
Don't get sensitive, bro. Don't get sensitive.
No, I don't want no problems, man. I just came to feel me. I heard y'all talking, and I just wanted to see what questions y'all had.
Yeah, I asked the question. How did you find Islam to be true?
Oh, because I'm somebody that moves off straight evidence. So, you know, the scientific fact behind, you know, Abraham, peace be upon him, existing. And, you know, Moses,
the scientific evidence of Abraham existing?
Yeah, like...
What scientific evidence did you find that Abraham existed?
Well, you know, I'm not really no teacher for real. So, you know, I'm under my teacher, like, it's like older people and shit.
No, okay.
Now you say you wasn't subject to no confines. You could just believe what you want to believe. Now you.
That's true. You did say that.
A teacher, you don't know everything. What happened to the evidence?
Oh well, I'm not a teacher. I'm saying though, I could.
But
point you
hold on,
to
bro, Orlando.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so you had evidence.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, the evidence is like, all right, ready for example. 1,400 plus years ago is actual proof throughout the kingdoms in the earth that the messengers of the Lord really walked this earth, right? Because it was recorded throughout the kingdoms. The miracles was recorded, you feel me? Like different kingdoms across the world recorded the same thing without a shadow of a doubt. These people, Jesus really existed, you feel me? peace be upon him. Know what I mean? So
How
it's
does
like
how does
that's
that prove
one.
how does that prove that Islam is true though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No. It gets deep. That's just like, you ready? You know what the stone Kaaba is?
Yeah.
All right, so the stone Kaaba, right? They say it's to be believed that a well on Earth can only produce water from 7 to 10 years. But the story behind the well at the stone Kaaba has been producing water for more than thousands of years. And that's a miracle of God itself. You get what I'm saying? Because no way, where is this water coming from? But you see where the stone Kaaba is located in the blessed land, you feel me, where the Jews, Christians, and Muslims go to the house of Abraham. You feel me? That in itself is a scientific, that's a situation that not even humans can really wrap their head around. Like, I'm not no scientist, you feel me? But let's see another example. All right. So when the
Hold on. I don't want to jump around, dude. We gotta go one thing at a time.
all right, so you got a question about that?
Yeah. So were the Egyptians pagan?
Since the beginning of time, people believed in God. They went
They
astray.
worshiped the sun god. They worshipped.
Eventually, they worshiped Baal. Yeah, the Egyptians did, but Saudi Arabia and the house of Abraham, peace be upon
So
him.
how
is
do you
not in
explain
Egypt,
how do you
though.
explain the making of the pyramids then? Is that also a miracle from God through pagans?
Oh well, I'm saying I have not researched the evidence behind that and the proof
Yeah,
behind that. How
the
it was
Great
created,
Pyramid
but
is a mystery because we don't even have the technology today to replicate the architecture of the
exactly.
Great Pyramids, and they did it back then. A bunch of pagans. So are you saying that that also is a miracle of God?
Well, I believe that
Are the Egyptians
slaves
worshiping
created.
God?
I believe that the Pharaoh forced people to, a lot of slaves died
Did
behind
Pharaoh
creating those.
worship God?
There's to be believed that there was one Pharaoh that believed in God, and there was one Pharaoh's wife
No,
that
he
believed
actually
in
got
God.
taken away before he can confess and take the shahada according to you guys. But
Oh
what I'm
no.
but
It
what I'm
depends what Pharaoh you're talking about.
okay, the
Of
pharaohs
course,
of
that
Egypt
Pharaoh.
worship Allah. Were they Muslim?
To my knowledge, there you go. Now we getting deep. Only one, like I said, only one Pharaoh believed in God. Like only one Pharaoh.
Okay,
To
bro.
my knowledge,
The
believed in
pharaoh
God.
the pharaoh that helped that was during the time of the Great Pyramids and everything. Did they
Oh
believe in
no,
God?
he didn't.
Okay, good.
No.
So notice how something that seems to be unexplained or a miracle, so to speak, doesn't necessarily mean that the people that are behind that follow God. So I'm asking you, how do you know Islam's true? And you brought up some sort of miracle. Now, I don't believe the miracle that you said, but for the sake of argument, so we don't have to jump around and look stuff up, I'm just going to grant it to you. Because even if I grant it to you, that doesn't prove Islam to be true. How do you, I guess, let me be more specific. How do you know that the Quran, the words of the Quran are actually from the Creator?
All right, well, I'm trying to look for the book I wrote because it got a lot of answers in there for me. It's all right. So,
You should know it if you wrote it.
nah, it's been a while. It's been a while,
God,
man.
bro.
I'm sorry. But, all right, how do I know that the words of the Quran is, you feel me? There's a lot of,
Let's do this.
the Quran have been tested, and people have literally tried to find things wrong with it and contradictions.
Brother,
but to this day-
there's people on the internet that have found hundreds, if not thousands, of things wrong with it.
Yeah, all right, so you ready? If you don't know Arabic, you have not truly read the true
Bro,
Quran.
do you understand that there are Arab Christian? There's people that are Christian that speak Arabic. There's one right underneath you right now. His name is Amin. He speaks Arabic and he's Christian. So Arabic is not exclusive to Muslims, dude. Like there are Arab Christians in the Middle East. There's Arab Christians all over the place, and they are the ones that give Muslims problems as far as the problems within the Arabic. The times that the Muslims make the Arabic look so good is when they're talking to somebody who doesn't know the Arabic. So they prey on people's ignorance. Do you know Arabic?
Yeah, I know how to pray in Arabic.
No, do you know Arabic? Not just reciting it.
Oh, well, I can understand if somebody talking to me, but I can't talk back. So
So you don't know
I really
Arabic.
think
So
I know Arabic.
okay, so you don't know Arabic. So if people like you are the people that they try to prey on out of their ignorance to try to show them something that ain't true. Like for example, do you think Do you think God can pray to God?
Well, I'm saying nobody ever asked that. I'm saying God is God. God got no beginning nor end. So why would God need to pray to God? But I'm saying I want to stay on topic though. You feel me? I really want cause look, I got teachers that really
The
sit with a
topic was
Christian teachers.
why do you believe in Islam? And you converted, so you had enough evidence to take your shahada. So what was that?
You wouldn't even believe me if I told you. I'm saying
Well,
though.
not if it's not actually evidence.
Orlando, how are you like Orlando? I understand like you're
I'm trying to like keep everything like professional. You get what I'm saying? It's my first time. I don't know
I
about
got you.
TikTok
I got
like
you,
that.
bro. It's your first time. You're in public. You're
Yeah.
zealous for this belief. You want to tell people about it. But brother, you gotta have like reasons why you converted. It can't be some emotional decision. Because if I tell you, hey, I read the Bible and the Bible just made so much sense to me, and I felt it, and I had a miracle happen to me, and then Jesus showed up to me, and all, are those things enough for you to convince you that Christianity is true when I tell you that?
Nah, well, if it wasn't for Christianity, you know, I wouldn't even be here today. Like, you know, my Christian words is all I got, and I live in a Christian house to this day.
Okay.
Nah, man, I still be prayed up. But I'm saying though,
Oh, I know what you mean to this day.
I read the Torah, I read the Gospel, and I read Quran, and I also know that
So how come they don't align with each other then? How come?
I'm saying, if you know what a hadith is, hadiths that has been narrated from the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, passed down from the words of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. You know, hadiths to this day of speaking prophecies and how things is hadith said
All
back
right, can I ask you
1,400 years
something?
ago
Because it
is
sounds a little
actually happening.
complicated. This is why I don't understand when people go to Islam that like read the Torah, read the Bible, do all these other things. Because I'm like, bro, like, ain't no way it was this complicated anywhere else, and you chose this. So, like, how about tell us why you left Christianity since you grew up in a Christian household? Because you can't tell us why you're a Muslim. I'm sorry, that's just not gonna happen. You're not. You're just. It's gonna be all like emotional appeal. So, do you know why you left Christianity since you read the Torah and you read the Old Testament and the New Testament, all these things?
No, well, I stopped believing in God all around, you know, because I just, you know, I went astray.
But why? In order to stop believing in God, you stopped being a Christian. So why did you stop being a Christian? Like, why was Christianity
I'm
all
saying
of a sudden
I've never
right?
been, you know, I come from a family of, you know, you gotta be tough to grow up in this house.
Also, you didn't even leave Christianity, really. You just
I
became an atheist.
when I went to prison and I've seen so much evil, fighting people once a week, you know, people fucking with people's food. I got poisoned.
So then why did you choose Islam
I just
over
felt like the
Christianity?
world was so evil that, you know, I just felt like God wasn't real no more. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm a good dude. All this shit.
That's reasonable to be an atheist. But then when you was looking into religion, why not Christianity?
Yeah, I mean, like, what did that have to do with Christianity?
I'm just saying, I gave the gospel and the Quran literally my all, reading it, and you know I will really never let somebody talk bad about Jesus, peace be upon him. The gospel, I can't stand for that. I had to walk away
What
or
is
try to correct you.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the gospel?
Well, the gospel is the book that Jesus, peace be upon him, was sent with.
Yeah, see, that's how I know that you didn't. I mean, no offense to you, bro, but that's how I know you didn't really do your due research. Because anybody you ask what is the
I'm
gospel,
still new to this, but I'm listening.
they're not going to say it's the book that was given to Isa. Like, they're going to tell you what the gospel actually is if they research Christianity. That the Father sent the Son to be a propitiation for your sins so that through him you can receive salvation. I mean, it just seems like you kind of converted to something without really knowing much about either of the religions. So do you have a question for us? Like,
well,
do you want to know why we believe that Jesus is God, or like, because I think that's a really good approach moving forward, to be honest with you, or Peace or Bear, if you guys want.
I'm gonna be honest with both of yous. You know, I wish you guys the best. I respect and I really like what you guys are doing here. I just want to tell you that I believe. Well, if you believe Jesus was raised from the dead, I also believe Jesus was raised. I don't think he ever died.
Hold on. Orlando.
Yeah.
Because because you can't really tell us, because you keep saying, oh, I have teachers, I don't know everything, so you can't really tell us too much about why you're Muslim. And you clearly didn't look into Christianity, so you don't even know what to ask. You probably don't even know what we believe. So do you know your, like, the bare minimum? Do you know what Muhammad did to Aisha?
Well, see, I know that there's a lot of elders sitting in rooms to this day speaking on that topic, and
Okay, so
people
you know
try to
about that.
defame each other's religions. I'm not really
Because
like
you talked
into
about
that.
evil in the world. Do you know what a 53-year-old Muhammad prophet did?
I would have to look into that. I didn't get that far yet. I'm still like
What?
learning.
So exactly.
Bro,
He
in
doesn't
prison,
know
in
that,
prison,
guys.
in prison, an adult, a 53-year-old man who's in prison for having sex with a 9-year-old, what would happen to that man?
He would get stabbed, of course.
Okay, so then would you say
Exactly,
that
every time.
Muhammad gets stabbed in prison? Because that's what he did. He was 53. He was 53 and he entered inside a 9-year-old.
He penetrated.
That means he got aroused. That means he got aroused by her.
I'm sorry you guys feel like that.
No,
there's a lot
this
of good
is.
people
Are you
out
Sunni?
there that, excuse me?
Are you Sunni?
No, I'm not a Sunni Muslim.
Are you
I'm
Quran
not-
What
only?
shahada did you take?
I testify that Allah is one and Jesus and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah.
Oh my,
That
are
is
you a
correct.
self-proclaimed Muslim, bro? Do you? Who's your teacher? Is your teacher Sunni?
No, my teacher follows the Salafiyah.
Yeah, bro, if you follow this, bro, if your teacher is Salafi, they are very, very, they're Orthodox Muslims. They believe that Aisha was 9 and he was 53.
Yeah, they believe
And
all
they
the
take the
hardcore
Sahih, they take the hadiths.
Yeah, and you know what was one thing I did? I don't know if anybody here, are you also are both of you Arabic?
No, we're just Christian, and our friend knows.
Yeah, but Orlando, I don't want to move from here, brother. Yeah, if we know through your beliefs as a Salafi that Muhammad got aroused and penetrated a 9-year-old girl, does that change your perspective on this religion? Hopefully it does.
You come on.
Because somebody says that's true doesn't mean that it's true. You get what I'm saying?
According to your sources, you would have to take it as true.
If Muhammad was in the same prison as you, bro, and that's what the word on the street was, what you doing?
Brother, you understand that, but you understand that according to your faith, you would have to take that as true.
I understand me and you was talking seriously, but by her tone of voice, I could tell this is a joke. And I don't really.
All right,
bro, man, like, dude, don't. Hey, Orlando, don't get sensitive, dude.
No. You gotta understand, man. I came here with
Orlando. I think what's happening is you're using that as an excuse to leave the conversation because you don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah, bro, I just laugh when I get shocked.
I don't got work
I was honestly shocked.
Orlando, don't be sensitive, bro. Like, you're Puerto Rican. Like Puerto Ricans joke about everything. Like,
sensitive for real.
Like, there's no way, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, you grew up in the culture. Where are you from? You from Jersey?
Yeah.
Even worse, bro. Like, we joke about literally everything.
I'm literally Puerto Rican.
I'm from Jersey, so is my wife, and she's Puerto Rican. Like, we joke about everything.
And Dominican guys.
So you grew up in a way the same way we did. Stop being so sensitive, bro. Now, when it comes to the hadiths, you have to take the hadiths as an authority. Otherwise, you're not a Muslim. Literally a kafir.
It depends the chain of narration, though.
Right, and if the chain of narration is but it's not. We have Sahih chains of narration, multiple Sahih chains of narration by the best of narrators, which is Aisha herself, claiming that she consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old.
Yeah, Orlando. I don't know if you know this, man, but overwhelming amount of hadith in your religion are narrated by Aisha. Literally, like an overwhelming amount.
Yeah.
So
I think it was second. She did second most narrations of hadith.
Exactly. So look at this one right here. Bear, you can go ahead and read it.
The messenger of Allah married me when I was 7 years old, and he consummated the marriage with me when I was 9. Sahih.
I never read that. I never seen.
Okay, well, now that you see it,
yeah, his teachers didn't show him that one.
Why didn't your teacher show you this?
Yeah, and this narration, bro, it's like all over the place.
Man, you know what? God bless y'all, man.
Yo, go to
Bro, don't run,
school.com, bro.
Habibi. Don't run, Habibi. Don't
Nah, because
run. You chose this religion. Hey, as Hispanic,
I
as
don't
a
want.
Hispanic, I gotta call you out, bro. Our people don't fall for this stuff, man. Like, you need to leave this religion. Like, we are Christian
Nah,
by our
I see
culture.
what you're saying. I see
You
what you're
need you
saying.
need to get away from this religion. You understand that these people took over Spain and our people and
It's our
even try to
people,
hijack
bro.
our language?
Our island, bro.
We fought against that, and we fought against that in Spain, and then we migrated over here. And where your
You know
people
what the
migrated to was in the
regime did
Caribbean.
to our people? Oh my god.
You know, all I really got to say is, now when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like I'm better than nobody.
Okay.
I don't even.
How does that make it
Because
true?
Allah wants to make you think you're a slave, bro. You're not,
don't-
bro. You're not.
Oh,
bro.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I appreciate where y'all coming from and shit, man. I see y'all going hard. I just want y'all to know, man, I never felt like I was better than nobody when I woke up this morning. And the moment y'all start talking about my teachers in a sarcastic way, that's where I gotta draw the line.
Yeah,
that ain't
you
even
too
sensitive
sensitive.
shit.
Yo,
That ain't
Islam,
even no sensitive shit.
Islam has made you sensitive, bro. This is called this is brainwashing. The fact that you came up here to talk to Christians who are blatantly standing. By the way, the prompt makes it very clear. We're taking a stand against Islam, and you thought that we're gonna have like a cuddly conversation with you, bro. We're being real here, and on top of that, you're from the same area we're from. We joke around even about serious things. Like, you need to stop being so sensitive. So, brother, here is a hadith that, according to you as a Salafi, you would need to take. I think what's happening is you're using that as
I need to take that.
Because, okay, I mean, can you explain this to him on how this is an
Your
authority,
teachers.
please?
Yeah. So if you're a Sunni Muslim, or if you're even like Salafi, if you're part of the Salaf, you have to take the hadith. Actually, I believe it's bin Baz. He was the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia. He actually said, if you don't take the hadith, or he said that the hadith is akin to wahi. And the reason he said that is because there's a verse in the Quran. It's in Surah An-Najm, which
Amin's
is
Caribbean too, chat. Like,
yeah, like
he's
I'm
one
not
of
an
us.
Arab. Like
And-
I'm half Jamaican, half Cuban. But in the Quran, and let me just go to it actually. This is in Surah An-Najm. What chapter is that? That's 53. And he quotes this. He says, this is in verse 3 and 4. He says, so this is chapter 53, verse 3 and 4. And he uses this to say, you have to take the hadith. He says, nor does he speak of his own desire. He's talking about Muhammad. It is only a revelation revealed. So the hadith in Arabic just means like sayings. So these are the things that Muhammad said. So if they're written down, then that means even according to the Quran, even the things that he said, he doesn't just say like on a whim. Like even like according to your own religion, even that would be considered a form of wahi. So, I mean, in the hadith, like things that are narrated by Muhammad, like you need to take those. And what's worse is, like I said, even though the particular situation with Aisha, even though she's not I don't think you guys would consider what she said wahi. You would consider it to be history. So this would be tarikh. It would be history. This is the only way that you even know that Aisha was married to Muhammad. It's through the hadith, through her own narrations. In those same narrations, she's telling you, okay, yeah, like he married me at the age of 6 or 7, and then he consummated the marriage at the age of 9. I mean, she's the one telling you that. So you can't reject hadith. It just like if you do that, then your whole religion crumbles on 2 different points.
You know that there was the kings once had scribes in the land that fabricated false hadiths. Right?
Okay, well,
Many
okay.
hadiths have been fabricated. That's why.
Okay, if this is
That's why they're
fabricated,
graded, bro.
then you
They're
have
graded.
to provide evidence that it is, bro.
But the hadiths are graded, bro. That's why they're graded. They're already tested.
There's an isnad that it follows. Here's the other thing, brother. Like, if you don't think the Quran has been corrupted, correct?
The Arabic, the first original Quran, nah, do not.
Okay.
You feel me? To read the Quran in English, though, are you really reading the actual?
Well,
Quran?
we got an Arabic speaker here, so we can confirm. I'm going to show you 2 verses, okay? So first of all, and correct me if I'm right or wrong, so I don't misrepresent.
Wait,
And
who's speaking right now?
Bear, the host.
Oh,
The host.
I bet.
All right. So in in Islam, in order to tell a difference in a female, whether she's a child and adult, that would be the menstrual cycle, right?
Damn, we getting into a topic where I don't know about, but I guess so.
Okay. So that would be how you know. There's no other criteria to know whether a female is.
Oh, yeah, no, facts. I'm following actually. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
She gets her period. Okay. Now, in chapter 33, verse 56, I'll put it on the screen if you want. It says, "Indeed, Allah showers His blessings." Oh, I'm sorry, the wrong one. 49. O believers, if you believe marrying women and then divorce them, then before you touch them, they will have no waiting period for you to count. So what it's saying here is that if you marry a woman or a female and you have not had sex with her, you haven't consummated, if you guys end up divorcing, you don't have to wait a waiting period. She can remarry right away. All right? Otherwise, if you did have sex with her, there is a waiting period. Are you following so far?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now, in chapter 65, which is the chapter of divorce, it gives more stipulations on the waiting period here. It says, "As for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months." Okay, so if the women had sex and then they divorced, they have to wait 3 months before they could remarry. But look who else this applies to. It says, "And those who have not menstruated as well." So are females who have not menstruated children or not?
You ever heard of a female, a grown woman that never got her period?
Okay, so how do we know she's a woman then, according to Islam?
Well, if they're still a little kid, you know they a little kid. If they
What's the criteria? What other criteria do you have according to the Quran to tell if she's an adult or not, other than
Yeah,
menstruation?
what's the difference between a
I haven't
woman and a
memorized the
girl?
Quran. I don't know. I haven't memorized Quran. I don't know.
You don't
I
have
can't
to.
tell
You don't
off the
have to
top of my
memorize
head.
to know. There is no other criteria. There's no other criteria to know whether she is an adult or not. They'll say things like, "Well, she has to be mature." Okay, what? How do you know if someone's mature or not? What if she's mature at 9 years old and hasn't menstruated? Does that count now? Do you see the issue?
I don't know the answers. You guys, I don't know what you guys want me to say.
I mean, Orlando, and what makes this verse worse is because what people will do is they'll look at, so there's the phrase, actually, let me just pull it up.
And by the way, Orlando, you've heard this before because you gave a response of what most people give. Like, "Oh, have you heard of females that haven't menstruated?" That's like a small percentage. So if the criteria of knowing who's a woman or not is menstruation and there's nothing else given, then by technically, you can say somebody who hasn't menstruated, as long as they fit all the other things, can be a woman. So you can make a case that a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, or a 9-year-old is a woman because they haven't menstruated, but they demonstrate all these other things.
If you look at the verse, let me go to it. ولا يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر. Okay, so this phrase right here, ولا لم يحن. So people will say, because the English translation doesn't translate that correctly sometimes, they'll say what you said. Oh, well, this could be older women. Maybe they went through some type of medical whatever. If you actually go to the tafsir, like to the commentaries,
I know the
they
tafsir.
they tell you that this is children.
Yeah. Hey, yo, but let me ask y'all something for real G shit real quick.
Please don't
Why
change the
everybody
topic.
No, because I'm really trying to like make some progress before I leave.
I understand, but don't change the topic, please. Just whatever you're gonna say, don't change the topic. But go ahead.
So you know what?
You were about to change the topic. I want you to address this, bro. How do you follow a religion that supports these children having sex with grown men? How do you support this? This is by the way, this is in line with the hadith. Sorry, I'll let you speak after this. By the way, these Quran verses are in line with the Sahih hadith that we're showing you, that a child consummated a marriage with a 53-year-old man. But go ahead.
All right, so I'm just trying to it was real. It was true when a couple people came to me and said, you're gonna meet people that's gonna come to you with a certain topic.
All right, here we go.
Bro,
And,
no,
and,
hold
I
on,
mean,
hold on,
he's
hold
too
on,
far
hold on.
no,
No,
gone,
no,
no,
bro.
Hernan,
it's
he's
like
Puerto
it's
Rican,
like
bro.
why
The
No,
best
everybody
we can
Hernan,
do is
because you're
pray
pushback.
for
Puerto
him,
Rican,
bro.
Damn, I
bro.
can't
If they
talk.
said this
Damn, I
about
can't talk. I
anybody
let
else,
everybody talk.
if
I
Bro,
they
the
can't
said
best we
talk.
this
can do is
about
pray for him. It's a
anybody else,
waste of
if they
time at this
said this
point.
about Jesus, we would never hear the end of it, bro. Are you kidding me?
I want to
Can
hear what
you
he has to say.
address the
Let him
issue?
let him finish what he has to say. We know it's gonna be a bunch of waffle, but go ahead, bro. Go ahead, pull the victim card, brother. We want to hear the victim card. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Tell us how they warned you
They
were gonna be a victim.
prophesied.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
they
be a victim.
prophesied.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to unmute, brother. You got to press the mute button, brother. You're muted. We'll let you speak, uninterrupted, as long as you don't go past a minute. Go ahead, brother. Play the victim. Go ahead.
I don't even know what to say. Y'all like turned out to be some nasty folks. All I'm gonna say is though, it's always been like the same story and topic when somebody tried to say something about this same thing. You know, I never met people that could say different things, but I have not done my research, so I do not have no answers for you guys. I'm sorry, you know, I'm still learning.
Making
You know what I
Jersey
mean?
look
But
bad, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
seriously. What part of Jersey are you from?
I'm from North, but it don't even matter where I'm from.
Even worse, bro. You're from North Jersey.
Gang, that is crazy. They
Bro,
got
I'm
him
from
over there. The
Elizabeth.
levy got him, yo.
We are like next to each other, you know?
I grew
Like,
up in Elizabeth.
Bro, I used to work out there.
you
I
grew
was
up in Elizabeth, so you're not from Newark?
I grew up in Elizabeth my young life. How you gonna tell me where I'm from,
How you
bro?
gonna tell me, bro? I was
Brother, I'm from Elizabeth. I'm from Elizabeth too, bro. We were never like we were not when I grew up in Elizabeth, you were not allowed to be this soft. You would not make it.
Yeah,
You would not
you got
make
a lot
it.
of funny guys in here, man. But I wish y'all the best though. Feel me?
Man,
I
prison
still
broke
left
you,
with the
bro.
same-
Prison
go
brainwashed and
check
broke
the
you, man.
history if Jesus was crucified, bro. And go see what your prophet did.
Peace be upon him. Peace be upon y'all too, man. God bless y'all.
Man,
I
take
don't
it
really know
easy,
what to
bro.
say.
Good luck, man. Good luck. Holy crap. Enjoy Islam.
What a
Damn.
shame, man.
I can't
But
believe
they do have him out there like
why
that.
did I have a feeling he was gonna when he said Newark, I said, thank God. Well, in like 5 minutes ago, I was like, why am I gonna ask him this? And he's gonna disappoint me even more and say he's from Elizabeth. And then he admits it afterwards. Oh my gosh, bro.
I mean, it's not like
I just knew it was gonna happen.
they're much different. I'm just saying.
I know. No, it's very different. Newark is way worse than Elizabeth. Way worse.
They're not that different. There's different areas of each place, but they're not that different in like the type of people.
Anyways, my love, I love you so much.
He knows he can't fight me on this, guys.
I love you so much, but Elizabeth is not as bad as Newark. No way.
He cannot fight me on this, guys.
Newark is cops don't even go to some places in Newark anymore.
In Jersey years, okay? Stop it right now.
She is older in Jersey years
Stop
for sure.
it right now. You have no idea what's been going on in the last 20 years out there. And I do.
K3, what's up?
I go hard, guys, for the 201.
K3, what's up?
I do not take any Jersey slander over here, okay, guys? So,
yeah, watch your mouth.
That's a warning.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
Say hello.
What's up?
Hey, bro, I just want to say, bro, I love what you doing, bro. You're very inspirational, bro.
Thank you, bro. God bless you, man.
Thank you, bro.
You too, bro. God bless
Are you skipping school today?
God bless
Yeah,
you.
it's in Canada. It's March break.
Oh, it's March break?
It's
Okay,
spring
bro. You
break,
got
bro.
good grades in school?
Nah.
Bruh, come on, man. I'm not really
Nah,
inspiring
bro,
you
it's
then,
all
bro.
good.
Let me inspire you
gonna
to get
better
good
when
grades,
you get back
okay?
from break, right?
All right, you gotta get good grades, okay?
All right, bro. Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
Take it easy, bro. Enjoy
Yo, nobody can steal your education from you.
Enjoy
man.
March
Just,
break.
stay in school.
Man.
Say no to DRUGS,
Man, not Peace and Bear out here working for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Y'all inspiring kids, bro. What the world?
We inspiring the next generation, bro.
Support the Jizya gang. Support
You know?
the Jizya.
Man, bro. I remember when I was a kid, we were allowed to say Easter break, and then it turned into spring break. Now in Canada, they do March break. What the hell, bro? They
Like, what
they
the hell is a
completely
March break,
moved
bro?
religion out of these breaks, bro, because you know that's what it's for. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. It used to be Christmas break, and I was not.
Then it was like winter break.
Now
Next
it's
is gonna be
like
December
holiday.
break. December break. End of the year break. You're like, bro, we need to move away from religion as fast as we can, bro. Like,
Now it's
bro.
Xmas. Now it's no.
Yeah, I know,
now
man.
It's just
Dude,
winter.
This world's going to hell in a handbasket. This world going in the hell in a handbasket, bro.
Christmas to winter.
I could tell the Antichrist is coming back. I could tell.
Gift exchange. And just like Halloween's like a costume party. Christmas is just a gift exchange, guys.
That's crazy, bro.
That's
all right, shout out to a couple people in the super chats, man. Thank you so much. Big Carnage. Thank you for all the knowledge, brother. Legend, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Ty the Fly Guy coming in strong with the third super chat of the day. You already know what that means, chat. But LOL, Christians can't mock other religions, but Muslims can lop folks' heads off of different religions. LOL. Okay, exactly right. Like, yeah, okay, it's okay. It's haram for you, halal for me, and that's why.
Babe.
Yeah.
B said that's why these kids can't read. Too many breaks. Yo, that's true. They
got low level comprehension, bro, because they're always on a break, bro. They got a break all the time.
They don't write cursive anymore either. They don't read or write.
I remember when they used to force me to write cursive. I used to hate that as a kid. You know, I was like, what am I like? What is this? It's like a bunch of slurs.
Why we gotta do this?
I feel like I'm reading. I read it like slurred.
When he's using the chalkboard, I used to say that.
No, that's crazy, man.
Dude, what's crazy is now, if somebody asked me to write in cursive, I wouldn't even be able to do it. I don't even remember, bro.
No, I still do.
It's just crazy.
Jesus is God Apologetics. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jesus, God Almighty, Islam is false. Yes, amen, brother. Thank you for every day coming in here and showing some love and support, man. I really appreciate you. Ty the Fly Guy gave us a copyright, so you know what that means, chat. We got to do the first copyright of the day. I don't think we had a copyright. Oh no, we did have copyright yesterday. My bad. All right, shout out to Ty the Fly Guy.
The best morning.
We gotta do a little Young Dolph. I know Orlando, the Muslim, he knows the song. He's still jamming out to this song during Ramadan. You already know. Crazy. A Puerto Rican Muslim, guys. Hey, shout out Mr. Gabe. He loves the song. Hey, W Gabe in the chat. Let's go. All right, W Ty the Fly Guy. Thank you so much for that. Another super chat coming in. Thank you so much. Dr. Nunya. Love that name. If you're going to New York with God Logic this year, we got to get him to go to Patterson, Little Palestine. God bless you. Hey, that might be a good idea, but Patterson kind of hood.
Yeah. But that's my expertise. Anywhere in Jersey. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, there are places in Patterson that are like...
It's always been that way. I remember when 9/11 happened, there was like, the thing was that there was like mad Muslims in Patterson like celebrating it and stuff. I remember that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to work with them.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is a lot of Muslims in
Because they
Patterson.
all in the industry.
But it's hood over there, so I don't know. Like, you know, that's another area that the cops, some areas don't go to, you know?
That's where the bangers be at. You know what I mean?
Just North Jersey in general, like that northeast part of Jersey by New York, it's just all bad. What's up? Except for Jersey City. What? What's up, brother?
Good. I see you making a lot of lies here against Muslims.
What did I lie? What did I lie about, Habibi? Tell me. Say wallahi I lied. Say wallahi I lied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, somebody said.
Why?
Salaam alaikum, Habibi.
Hate to Muslims.
Say what?
Why this so much hate to Muslims?
No, we don't hate Muslims. We just think your religion is false and demonic.
No, we don't hate Muslims. We just hate what Muhammad did to Aisha.
Exactly.
Muhammad and Aisha, the guys there told you it's forgery. It's a fabricated story. Why you don't?
Are you Shia?
No, I'm Muslim.
Are you Sunni?
No, I'm Muslim.
So
there is no
you're Quran only?
Sunni, Muslim, Shia in Islam. No.
So do you read
Qurani?
Yeah, are you Qurani?
Muhammad himself, peace be upon him.
I forgot. Salah is full Muslim 24/7. I forgot to tell you guys that. My bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bear. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
bro.
could tell when he came up here.
No, I mean I had actually a clip from him before, and I saw him talking to another. He's literally he wakes up in the morning and he is full Muslim 24/7, bro. It's no, he wakes up in the morning saying one God. That's immediately what he says. So actually, we got somebody else requesting. Maybe this guy will help us out. Salat, hey man, enjoy Islam, brother. All right, God bless. All right, what's up? What is it? Sepulture?
Yeah, what makes Islam wrong and demonic?
Because it's a false religion.
What makes it false? Because we said
a
so.
lot of things. Are you Muslim?
I'm Muslim 100%, yes.
Yeah, so it claims that it has continuity of the previous prophets, but we can't really prove that.
Yes, it does.
Okay, can you prove that to me, please?
Yes, I can prove that in every way.
I thought he was a Jew too. That's why I brought him up.
Okay.
I literally brought him up. I'm like, yes, let me cook this Jew real quick.
Yo, me too.
I was like, yo, he got the sideburn curls and everything, like the side. He catfished me, bro. He catfished me, bro.
He catfished you.
Literally, Jew made up your religion.
I can't believe it, bro. Anyways.
Literally, Jew wrote the Bible. So what's wrong with you being a Jew?
Huh? I didn't say there's nothing wrong with being a Jew, bro. Hey, brother, relax, brother. I wasn't. It had nothing to do with you, bro. Relax.
Oh, you worship a Jew.
Why are y'all so sensitive? This
Bro, it's a
morning, bro?
feminine
Like, what the
religion,
hell?
bro. It's a feminine religion, man.
What makes it feminine?
Because look how you're acting. You're getting so sensitive, bro. You're so offended.
I'm not being, you're being ignorant.
He's breaking his wrist as we speak. Talk about what makes it feminine.
What's funny?
Look at him.
He literally flicking the wrist when he say that, bro.
What's funny?
My God, man, it's a joke.
Now you're projecting.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. He breaking his wrist right now. He's like, how am I being feminine? He's snapping his finger. How am I being feminine right now? Huh? Moving his neck. Ew, bro. Stop moving your neck like that. I can hear you moving your neck like that, bro. Relax. Chill. Be masculine.
Now you're trying to be smart head. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
All right, bro. Hey, let's get back on the conversation, bro, before you get full bot mode. All right. How does he have continuity from the previous prophets? Can you prove that?
Yes.
How?
Okay. We worship the same God. So what's funny? You ask me a question. That shows how.
All right, bro. Can you prove we worship the same God by showing me continuity, please?
Okay. How did Jesus pray?
Bro, are you trolling me right now? I feel like this is a Christian acting like a Muslim to troll me right now.
Who did Jesus pray to?
He prayed to the Father.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the okay? If the Father was okay. The Father.
Bro, we're trying to be serious and give this guy deal with him, bro. We can't be serious with Amin and my wife, bro.
Hey yo.
Okay, tell me how it's not.
Hey yo, temperature, bro. Hey man.
Tell me how it's not.
Hey man, if you don't stop, I'm about to give you the California accent, bro. Just relax.
Breaking his wrist right now.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Look, man, this is what I'm talking about, dude.
Breaking his neck and his wrist at the same time.
Like, bro, he's going off the
bro.
rails.
He
Like,
said, "Shut your bitch in."
bro, look at him, bro. He's going crazy.
Like a pigeon breaking his neck and his wrist.
Hey, so it's the house nigga.
Hey,
why are you acting like this,
look
bro?
at that. Now he got to drop.
Oh, there we go, bro. Look, guys, there we go.
Why you had to ruin the fun by saying that word? Now I got to drop him, bro. What the hell? Aside it.
Bro.
Bro, you want to hear something funny, bro? Like what happened? Like Yo, this live is just so.
Bro, we really like a bunch of teenagers, bro.
Yo,
Like,
no, but I was saying, yo, this is why, bro, people can't take us serious, bro. Like we're here, we're trying to talk to people and everything, but these people are just too crazy, man. All you can do
How
is
are you
just
gonna take somebody like that serious? He's not even
yeah,
serious
bro, it's not even
himself.
possible.
He's not even serious
Oh,
himself. He
man.
catfished us.
guys.
Bro,
If you guys are
all
not,
I see is forehead, bro. Bro,
That's crazy.
what in the world, bro? What's up with this gift?
Nah, I don't know,
He
bro.
said, what's his name? My and I'm here to, that's the
Yo,
PT right there.
his name is. Yo, did he like mess up like putting the picture or something? Like he was trying to put his face, but then he messed up and the PFP cut it off or something.
No, bro. No, bro. That's a full frame.
Are you ready to engage? Are you ready to engage?
Oh, this is the guy that says divine like that. Hey, are you
ready to engage? Are you good at
Yeah, we talked before, bro. You bring terrible arguments, bro. You bring terrible
I've never been on
arguments.
your panel, bro.
Oh, say wallahi, you never been on my panel.
Wallahi.
Oh my God, it's stuck for the law.
Let's
Okay,
see.
watch, guys. He's gonna bring a metaphysical argument. All right, go ahead, bro. Let's see.
Beautiful. So, does the hypostatic properties require the divine essence?
I told you guys. He's been dude is saying wallahi on Ramadan, bro. He's you can't make this up. Like we talked before. We talked before, and you said wallahi you've never been here, dude. You've been here before.
I've never been on your
bro. Will you take a mubahala on that, bro?
Wallah, never been on your panel.
Bro, you're such a liar, dude. How did I know you were gonna bring a metaphysical argument, dude?
You therefore heard it from another live, bro.
No, we talked like just a couple of days ago, bro. Like, what are you talking about? All right, man. Go ahead, man. What's the argument, bro?
Yeah. So, does the hypostatic properties require the divine essence? Yes or no?
I don't know what you mean by that. Are you asking like, do persons have to have being? Yes, they have to have being. Yeah.
No, I'm asking, does the hypostatic properties of the person require the divine essence?
I don't know. Like, persons require an essence. So a divine person would require a divine essence. Yeah, I don't understand your question. Your question just seems weird.
Your definition of hypostatic properties person.
The properties of a person, yes.
So hypostatic properties does not equal person, correct?
It would be the properties of a person. That's what would make him a person.
Beautiful. So is the hypostatic properties separate from the person or not?
No, it's not.
So hypostatic properties equal person.
Hypostatic properties would be properties to a person. That's how you can distinguish which person is which.
Beautiful. So is the hypostatic properties an attribute of the essence, yes or no?
What do you mean by an attribute?
Does it stem from the essence?
It's not separate of the essence, yeah, but it's distinct from the essence.
So it's not separate from the essence?
No, it's materially identical, but there's a real distinction.
Yeah, give the definition for that.
What?
Material identical to the
Not
essence.
Separate from the essence.
So
They're one substance, yes.
So the hypostatic properties and the essence are one substance, correct?
The hypostatic what? Properties?
The hypostatic properties and the substance are one, and the essence are one.
There's a distinction between the two, a real distinction.
What's the distinction?
That one is a hypostasis and the other is an essence.
Beautiful. So by your definition, are you saying that the hypostatic properties derive from the essence?
Hey guys, I'm gonna take a pause. I'm gonna answer a question in a second. Guys, watch I'm gonna be a prophet here, okay? This is going to somehow lead into the begottenness of Jesus and whether he's begotten or unbegotten, or the Father being unbegotten or begotten. Okay? Watch. That's how it's going to turn out.
You don't need to be a prophet. You don't need to be a prophet to know the argument.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's what's going to be
Okay,
easy.
so go ahead. Give me the argument. Just get to the argument, bro. What's the question? Instead of asking me 21 questions.
We need to establish the foundation.
Okay. We already established it. There's a distinction between the essence. There's a distinction between the essence and the hypostasis. There's a real distinction.
So
go ahead.
Beautiful. So you said the distinction will be relational, correct?
What distinction would be relational?
Between the essence and the properties.
The essence and what properties?
The hypostatic.
I didn't say there were relation. I said it's a real distinction, not relational.
Yeah, so what causes that real distinction?
Because they're not identical. They're two different things.
Okay, beautiful. So does the hypostatic properties derive from the essence?
What do you mean by derive from the essence?
Does it stem from the essence?
Yeah, so hypostasis comes from the essence, but it doesn't mean it is the essence.
So it comes from the essence, but
is your personhood identical to your nature?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Is
So
your
it's
person
not.
is your personhood?
Let me
Hold
finish. Let me
on,
finish.
hold
Let me
on. No,
finish.
no, no. You asked me 21
Let me
questions. I can't
finish.
ask one
Let me
question.
finish. Go find
Is
me. Go
your
find
person
me.
is your
Go find
personhood?
me.
Oh, dude, come on, bro. I'm
Go on.
asking
Go
you
on.
one question, man. You're taking forever to get to your argument. Is your personhood identical to your nature?
Is my personhood identical to the nature? Yeah, you're going to have to define what you mean by personhood.
Now you don't know what that means, huh? So
I
the
do know, but
underlying
give me a
reality of your nature, is that identical to your nature?
You have to give me like in what sense?
Is
you
it
mean
is
by
it the same
identical?
thing? Or is your personhood your being?
No.
Okay, so now we agree. So now get to the argument, bro. You
Yeah, so since
understand
you're
that there's a
saying
distinction between a person and a nature. So go ahead.
beautiful, beautiful. So since you're saying that the hypostatic properties stems from the essence, but are not attributes of the essence and not the essence itself, you're going to have to explain how that works.
How what works?
How can the hypostatic properties stem from the essence and not be attributes of the essence and not be the
Is
essence
your
itself?
is your personhood your essence?
Bro, this is like elementary school level stuff, bro. Like M dot, like this is not good. I'm not interrupting just because I want you to get a clean clip, but
No,
when you get done talking
this
to
is gonna
him,
be pointless. But M dot, come back, bro. You're muted. I want you to tell me that you believe your personhood is identical to your essence, please. He's probably gonna drop. I don't even think when they take this long, they're usually about to drop, or they had a phone call or something, but they're usually about to drop. It sounded like he didn't want to answer that question. If his personhood is identical to his essence. M dot.
bro, come back, man, so we can laugh some more.
Dude killed the whole vibe. Yeah, even SF man, WSF man, he says sometimes the trap takes precedence over Dawa. That's exactly what it is. They ain't even trying to do Dawa. They just trying to do gotcha moments and being
Look,
dishonest.
look, M dot, let me help you out. The reason why there's a distinction between the essence and the hypostatic properties is because they answer two different questions. Like this is why Bear was asking you, okay, what is the distinction between your being and your personhood? For God, this is how the script, because we believe in divine revelation, this is how God revealed this to us. We know there's a distinction between the essence and the hypostatic properties because the scriptures tell us that, for one, but then two, because they answer two different questions. The essence, that belongs to God. No one else has that particular thing of essence. So that belongs to God. That answers the question of what, and are we picking at, what are we pointing to? The hypostatic properties tell us the who, and the scriptures make it abundantly clear that there's a distinction between the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, but
That's why they're distinct.
my question is, how does each person obtain separate hypostatic properties?
What do you mean, how?
How does the Father
Are you
beget
asking
and the
like
Son
why is it
beget?
possible?
I'm saying, how is it possible?
No, I know that. So hold on. You're asking us to explain to you mechanically how an infinite being
Yeah,
like
that's what I
God
was.
works?
No, because you're
I
saying
mean, no
you
matter
have
what
to
answer
share.
we
So
give you, look, M dot. Oh,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
like M dot. The problem is like it depends on what you mean by this question. If you're asking how God works mechanically, like can we put him in a microscope and have an explanation of the process? No one can do that. Now you can't even do that as a Muslim. But if you're asking how can that be possible in the sense that this is illogical and it presents a contradiction, then go ahead and present how it does. It's one or the other.
So if they all have one essence, and all the persons are part of this one essence,
they're not parts of one essence. But go ahead.
I mean, they share. What is share the right word?
Yeah, sure. You could say shared. Go ahead.
So they share the same essence, and each are distinct relationally. How does that happen? how does that not conflate with the essence? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean? How does that? I don't understand. What do you mean? How that
Because if you're
happens?
saying each person has different properties, and you're saying the properties are not attributes of the hypostatic properties, are not attributes of the essence.
Brother, if we
Where do they
understand
get
there's
their own
two
properties?
different, if we understand there's two different categories here, there's an essence and a hypostasis. Okay, if we're saying that the properties of how we distinguish the persons are going to be different amongst the three persons, and that's how we distinguish their relation of origin. Those properties are a reference to the hypostasis. It has nothing to do with the essence. So you're asking, how can they have different properties but the same essence? Because the properties are in reference to who they are, as Amin just said, not what they are.
Yeah, so how
Two
does that
different
come
things.
to be? How does that happen?
So what? You want me to give you a scientific
bro.
explanation of this crap, bro? Like, what?
Bro,
It
how
happens
is
through
the sun the sun?
photosynthesis.
How
Like
is the sun?
photosynthesis happens, bro.
Listen.
And get
So
out of
M
here,
dot
bro.
M dot.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, like no, like so. This is what I was getting ready to say earlier. If he's wanting us to explain the mechanism, because even the fathers say like how these things, like we don't know, like that's not.
There's no
It's
way
not
for us to
possible.
know.
We
How
know
the hell are
what
we gonna know? How does
there's
Allah put his foot in hell? Can you explain
so
the mechanism of that? What the hell?
so that's what I was getting ready to say to him, because if he says that what we're saying is special pleading, because essentially that's what he's saying. He's going to say, well, that's special pleading if we just say it is the way that it is. We don't have that information. Then all we have to do is just ask him, okay, well, Allah has 99 attributes. How does, how are these considered his attributes counterfactually, but they're not him? Like, how are those real distinctions, but they're not identical to his essence? Because then at that point, then we can just say you have 99 gods. But obviously, like we're going to be charitable. We're not going to say that. So then you would have to employ special pleading as well. You're asking us, how does God be God? That's insane.
Yeah,
Like,
explain where
what kind of question is that?
explain how he exists, please. Explain how an infinite being. Well, maybe you know what? Their God is created and they can explain certain things. So maybe that's why they think that, because they believe in a created God, so therefore they think we can do the same thing. No, our God is actually eternal and not subject to time, and we believe that there's a limit into which how much we can know about him, because we're not stupid. Okay? That's just a plain Jane explanation. We as Christians are not stupid. We don't think we can explain every freaking thing about God because we're finite in our knowledge. And God is infinite in nature. Okay? Just wouldn't work. But you believe as a Muslim, you guys can't explain everything, and he's in time, and he has a foot, two right hands, and all kinds of stuff. He changes, he can talk, he can create evil. He can create evil and be responsible for all the evil in the world, but it's still everybody else's fault. Okay. And if you don't sin, he's going to be pissed off. Like you can explain all these things make sense to you. To me, that sounds like a demon. I like we could point to demons that are just like Allah. And that makes a lot of sense. So if you think that is an infinite being, and that's why you feel like you're projecting that we can do the same thing, the answer is we're not stupid and gullible. That's the answer. So, anyways, God bless everybody. Got to go. Love everybody. Thank you everybody for supporting. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit my beautiful wife a follow. The love of my life. She's gonna be going live after me. Hit the plus sign next to her name, and make sure you hit her a follow because she is going to be going live. And let's go support her. Don't forget to sub to her YouTube as well. The link is in my description. Hit Amina follow as well. On TikTok and YouTube, and I think you have something going on today, right?
Yeah. So guys, we're starting the new lecture through St. John of Damascus's philosophical chapters. It's also known as the Fount of Knowledge. There's like 68 chapters in that book, so we're gonna go through
Bro,
every
I
single
love that
chapter.
one, bro. That's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. So guys, even just like me writing the first, like my notes for the first chapter, he goes over what philosophy is. Bro, he has 6 definitions just for the one word philosophy. So guys, make sure that you guys are there. It's 1:15 p.m. EST in Bear's Discord in VC1. 1:15 p.m. EST in VC1. Hope to see you guys there.
And then James 007 is live right now on YouTube and TikTok. Everybody go over there and let them know that you guys came from here, the best morning live, the real best morning live. All right, and then go show him some love. Yeah, Bible study was last night. YouTube members, you guys are slowly getting caught up on the recordings of the Matthew Bible study, so be on the lookout for that as well. And I think that's it as far as the announcements go for now. Unless, my love, did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay.
What's your topic today, Peace? Is it Theotokos Tuesday?
No, I think it's Trinity.
Trinity Tuesday.
Trinity? Okay.
Yep.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I'm still trying to work out my Tuesday, so right now I think it's just Trinity.
I'll probably slide in towards the end. I need to finish my notes for the lecture, but I'll try to join.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Love you guys. God bless. We'll be back tomorrow. Best Morning Live on TikTok. God bless every single one of you guys. Happy Lent to all my apostolic Christians that are going through Lent. God bless you guys. All right. Love you guys in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever to the ages of ages. Amen. See you tomorrow.